Force of your wand, a power like light itself, unseen for generations, a dyad in the Force.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Dyad in the Force, episode 269. Does that count? Just had
two. Nice. It's two of them. It's like 6'9", but double.
We have a lot to talk about. We're going to touch on Ahsoka season 2 and, revisit our speculations for that, because we do have a release date for Ahsoka season 2, or not a date, a window, which is early 2027. And then, of course, we're going to touch on Mandalorian and Grogu. We're a week out from the official street date. Some of us got some special treatment. I was on Podwans. I asked the questions like, who's do I gotta to get invited? But congratulations to a bunch of our friends, actually. At I'm So Adri on TikTok. Ryan PW of the Podwans also was invited.
Nice.
And I forget who else, but yeah, a lot of people, especially new creators, that have started to kind of ramp things up over the last 2 years.
That's really good. I like that. I like that.
Absolutely. I think that I think that as creators, especially new ones, come out of the woodwork and start cementing their voice and voicing their voice, in finding their voice, I feel like we need to start propping up this new movement, right? We've been doing this since 2019, and it's always been a rising tide lifts all boats or ships, but like, yeah, I think it's time, more so than fighting the fight, we have to establish the status quo.
Yeah, no, that's true. You know, our big MO for the longest part was just to kind of share the wealth with as many people as we could at the given time. But, you know, that's because it was really our first wave of this type of stuff coming online with like Disney Plus Disney, and, you know, we were just coming off of the sequel trilogy. And so we haven't made it like a generational effort, which we should. And I think that's why, like, I actually think that might have kept me more engaged, because I was feeling a lot of like, man, I feel like I made all of the videos I wanted to make.
That's
you know,
true.
I was actually spent a lot of time today trying to make some videos, and I gotta say, it's hard to get back in the swing of it.
Yeah, you know, I threw caution to the wind a long time ago. I accepted that I'm going to make a video on a certain topic infinite number of times, right? Because there's no guarantee that the first time you did it, it reached everyone that needs to see it. And then there's also just like new people coming onto TikTok, new people kind of joining the social media fray, and that'll be their first time kind of engaging with the fandom, and so you need your video up there. And the latest reset on that cycle has been balance in the Force. And I hope and I want to know if the monsters and Dyad are in lockstep with each other when it comes to balance in the Force. So I made a few videos. Obviously, you know, it was in response to a lot of questions, and then I recently explained the Mortis arc and why it confuses everyone. And I got a comment, and you can answer the comment. I've already replied, but you can answer the comment, and you can also let everyone know what balance in the Force is. And the monsters in the chat, let us know what is balance in the Force, and we'll see what everyone thinks. Shout out to everybody in the chat. April Newell, check it in. VGC says half of the Star Wars peeps I know went. Xcore says, hey bro, I heard you like voices, so you should find your voice so you can voice your voice while cementing your voice. Appreciate you. But yeah, let us know in the comments, in the chat, what you guys think. So, Choco, I made a video establishing, and I don't need to go into depth because you and I know. I was like, balance is the light, it's the natural order, dark side is the corruption. And I made another video explaining how the Mortis arc actually displays this, right? Including the episode guide. It says when the son and father die, the imbalance on that world is restored or brought back into balance. So I got this comment: you and George Lucas are still wrong, bud.
Damn, we come out swinging. Yes. I like it.
Light cannot exist without dark, and vice versa. Even other franchises like freaking Kingdom Hearts gets the concept of yin and yang better than George Lucas does.
It's not the concept of yin and yang. That's not what he's trying to do. Also, darkness can exist without light. What I don't even understand what this whole purpose is.
So it is. I do have because it was a comment that I responded to. Right, someone said light can't exist without the dark. It's yin and yang. So I did make a video responding to that and saying the Force is not the Force is not yin and yang. But if we were to liken it to that philosophy, the light would be both, right?
Yeah.
You have light, action, heat, sun. That's all the things that spur the Jedi to action. And then you have dark, passivity, moon, cold, things that the Jedi would find some reason to not take action or something like that. And it's their apathy that can either cause conflict. And then so the light would be both. And the dark side is the emptiness around it that represents like unrestrained, like undisciplined bodily. It's just undisciplined. It's the wuji, it's the nothingness. And that's why they said even Kingdom Hearts gets the concept of yin and yang. But yeah, let me hear your response to that entire comment.
There's this thing that people will do where they're unable to take in new information, right? They can only work within paradigms that they're already familiar, and they just overlay it onto things, and that's just not true. There are going to be things that are a brand new paradigm. This is in this universe, things will function differently. I'd hate for that person to watch anime. They'll be so confused all the time. Even if they expect the world of Kingdom Hearts to have any relevance here, I don't know. I don't know how to help him. You can't tell George Lucas that he's wrong with how things work within his own creation, especially since it's consistent. There's another thing I kind of see happen all the time, and it's that people don't care about information or accuracy, right? An answer can work 90% of the time and still be a wrong answer. You know what I mean? And I feel like there's trouble to distinguish between something that is like that correlates, but it's not actually connected. If that makes any sense.
I mean,
I might not make any sense here.
Well, I mean, I liken this to being like somebody, you're at a trade show and somebody's showing off their latest invention, and people are like, "Oh, how does it work?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, so here's like the principle behind the mechanics of this," and then some rando is like, "You're wrong." Like, you can't, like you said with the paradigms, you can't take something like Kingdom Hearts or any other franchise and how they treat light and dark, especially like even Avatar, and apply it to Star Wars and be like, see, they got it right. It's like, there's no like single unifying right way to handle it.
No.
You're inventing a fiction. And so according to George, light is the Force.
And that's the thing, is they'll look at another franchise where this franchise over here's paradigm of light matches up with Star Wars 80% of the time. But then there's going to be times where it's just utterly wrong and incoherent, and then they'll be like, we just don't worry about those. That don't matter. It's all good, you know? I don't know.
Oh, you know dang well. So yeah, I mean, a lot of the confusion, it was the latest video that post up was the Mortis arc. They hear the father says, a family imbalance, light and the dark, life with destruction. It's not life with destruction, it's life and death and rebirth. Death isn't analogous to destruction, but the end of the episode, at the end of the episode, like the episode guide says, balance is restored, and the father says, I held hope that you could resist the dark side, but it's clear to me that you cannot. There's no going back. And then he tells Anakin, after his son dies and he's about to die. You have brought balance to this world. And the crux of the episode or the arc was not to show, hey, these are gods. They know exactly what balance is. It's to say they're wrong. These are force wielders with immense power, but the father made an entirely wrong choice. He removed themselves from time and space because he thought his son is going down the dark path, and so he needs to control that. And so he says, I sequestered ourselves, and he says a prison. So he literally imprisoned his family. Like, he's all wrong about this.
The interesting part, too, with it is that on the Mortis planet itself, you can watch the way it flows through seasons. Like, it uses our nature version of balance, right? It's not saying that any of these are bad, but once the sun starts acting up, everything dies. And you're like, and that's obviously no longer in balance. So, yeah, I don't know. It feels strange that people still struggle with it. And like VGC says, George does get things wrong, but not that.
Love for the show is directly related with the grade, though I don't believe.
Hey, Batasai, it's been a while. It's great to see you.
In rating Star Wars personally, but just to have a measure and fun. Oh, is this like related to an earlier comment? Oh, okay. So Batosai the Manslayer asks, after all this time, what are your thoughts about Obi-Wan Kenobi show? How much out of 10 for you? For me, it's still my favorite Disney Plus show and a solid 7.5, I would say. I mean, there's certainly problems with it. I would probably give it a 7 as well, but I don't know. Our grading scale doesn't equate to favorites. It's not my favorite show. I don't know what. I haven't like really run through my ranking of the TV shows like since. Because like Skeleton Crew kind of shook things up. Ahsoka has 2 separate rankings for me. Andor shook things up for sure. It's not a bad show. There's problems with it. There's pacing issues, obviously, because it was cut to be separate chapters, but it was filmed to be a movie. What do you think, Choco?
You know, it's something I want to revisit. Honestly, it's been so long. Like, yes, I have my points, I have my thoughts. I can spew out everything that I disliked about it from when it was coming out. But I also have to remember there was a lot of noise that was happening when it came out. There's also a lot more information that we have, and things certainly recontextualize things in the world of Star Wars. I mean, that's always been the case. So I feel like. Do you think it might be time for a Dyad re-review?
Re-review, or do you want to share our reaction with the monsters?
I mean, yeah, a little column A, a little column B, you know?
Yes. I guess I'll name one of the like moments that really just tickles me. It's the sequence on, I forget which planet, the sequence in which like Obi-Wan is being chased by Vader. The framing and the staging of Vader doesn't make sense. Like he walks off.
There are times where he walks off one side of the screen, and then when he appears, like it's when you're telling a story visually, you have to be cognizant of those things. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like he walks off stage left and right, and when it comes to the relative staging of the scene, it's like some like alley that's opposite of Obi-Wan and going in the south. So Obi-Wan runs north, and then Vader's ahead of him north, and it's just some of that stuff is a little shaky. Hiding Leia inside the Imperial coat. I know that's camp, but it wasn't filmed campy. It like they were taking that serious, and all the stormtroopers are just kind of like, "This is perfectly normal." But it's also
that worked for me, but for a very specific reason. Like I look at, because we just finished Maul. And I look at when the Inquisitor was like asking the one like trooper questions, and they're like, ah, and then like as soon as they stop, just the big relief of like, oh my god, he's not talking to me anymore. I just feel like the weird corporate environment of, I see this, but it's not my problem. It's not my goddamn problem. If I point it out, I become responsible for it. They might kill me. It don't matter. Like. Yeah, that's what's playing through my head that whole time. But it's
a disconnect between my logical brain and my Star Wars brain, right? I'm just like, this is silly, and then like, I'm just like also looking at like the cinematography of it. I'm like, it's obvious, right? So like, it's a glaring thing for me. I still accept it, and it's not something that like is a huge detractor for the show. Obviously, the biggest detractor is the pacing, and the narrative suffers when pacing suffers.
Yeah, but we will get to rewatch it, you know, as one big thing if we wanted to push through it like that, and just experience the whole thing as the story was meant to be told, not necessarily as we were meant to watch it through release.
Yeah, I as long as we're being honest about it, I really was not a fan of how they filmed Leia's chase scenes, like the multiple ones, the chase through the forest, the chase through Dyad. Like, I feel like there were techniques they could have explored to make it look more visceral rather than like this kind of action cam point of view from Leia, because like I love Vivian, but like all of the action cam point of views, it just looks like she's just jogging, and like the guys chasing her are just like, you know, they're not trying, right? Because they could catch up to her in 3 strides, right? And so I would have much rather, I know they had, listen guys, this is what the community is all about, right? We're just shooting the shit, you know what I mean? I know there were production hiccups, and I know this was during COVID. We're just having a discussion here. I'm just thinking about,
I agree with you with the forest chase. Specifically, although I will maintain, like, 10-year-olds are slippery as hell, man. You ever have to? Not that I chase kids often.
No, I know.
But when I do,
that.
I get them. No, I'm kidding.
But I'm talking about.
But the way it was shot, the way she performed it,
the perception of it, right? Yeah. We could take advantage of a parallax shot where like there's lots of foreground elements giving the sense of speed. And then in the background, she's like hopping through and doing like this Attack of the Clones obstacle course, you know?
Now, I love the Dyad chase, but that's because I watched the behind the scenes of it, you know? Because the whole chase is just in the volume. And in like practically one shot. And as they're running around and under like a table, then the background is changing to be a different location, and like some of that stuff was really like cool and how they did it. But no, I mean, the biggest thing that the show suffered from was literally just COVID, and you know, I do think I would not be opposed to a special edition or something like that. But It is what it is. You know, they relied on the volume a lot because the Earth was shut down.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean it's certainly not a bad show by those standards that I'm mentioning, right? We're just talking about it, you know. And I'm not gonna dog on you for enjoying the chase too. It's just like I'm sitting there being like, I can clearly see that they're just holding back and they're not.
There was a dinosaur with a Gatling gun on the roof, just like what? That was so awesome. There's lots of stuff that I really enjoyed. Plus, I think that the core of the story, like the actual story being told, where we had Reva representing that same type of drive and like the cyclical nature of this type of violence that someone has to stop. I thought that was really well done, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Vader doing some forced Tai Chi in there.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot to love.
Matsu asks, what was that pop-up on screen? The pop-up is essentially, and it's there's still a spelling error on it. It's just when you subscribed, it says you have endorsed media literacy. With that said, I do want to fix it. So if you can engage with the chat really quickly and allow me to.
Yeah. Let's see. Harris says, I still want to see Reva's story continued. So do I. You know what I mean? I think there's, we have a Force user who had fallen to the dark side. She probably has a ton of regrets. As an Inquisitor, she probably hunted down quite a few Jedi in her day before getting her chance at the big guy, you know? How do you walk that back? How do you continue to move on? You know, when she talked about hiding in a stack of bodies and feeling them grow cold, that was disturbing as all hell, you know? And so I do think she is a complex person with an interesting story that should be continued. But of course, that's the other thing that it fell into is, and a lot of the Star Wars under Disney, fell into, was just the Chudpocalypse. You couldn't watch this stuff without a lot of garbage being spewed all over the place. I feel like we're coming out of that now, but there's still that taint on it. BG says Reva has the best Inquisitor backstory, and she was the most effective. Yeah, hers was really good. I'm not gonna lie, Rise of the Red Blade was a fantastic book. Yeah, and then my wife Trilla.
That's so funny. Nemo says we have had two awesome black women turn to the dark side, and both shows got hate from the Twitter chuds. Like if I could,
you know what's interesting though is I feel like Maul is a acolyte light.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna make a Piccolo argument.
It's kind of acolyte light. If you look at it, I mean, with her fall and stuff, and so we'll get now a second season with this dark side, former Jedi learning the ropes, when we really should have gotten this weird psychosexual. I mean, there was stuff. There was a lot of meat on that.
Also, for anyone that's interested, we do have a Maul Shadow Lord trivia planned for the end of this episode. So if you do want to call in and join the conversation as we are having right now, and be around to in person take the quiz, you guys are welcome to do so. I believe the link is still dyadintheforce.com/live call.
Sorry. I just look in the comments. Is it me or is Choco's mic a bit loud? Which, by the way, I was thinking earlier today. I turned down the gain a little bit, but he says, "Nah, he's just black." We loud. Yeah.
X Corsa, he's loud. Choco was right about Piccoloto. Bro dresses like a 80s Lakers fan in that episode. I mean, it isn't just how he dresses, you know? I may join in a bit, just editing while I have this in the background. I feel you, Harith. Also, shout out to Ryan, because like he also had like a Mandalorian kind of Jeopardy board for us to do on Tuesday, and my god, does he make me feel great about my difficulty curve, because this man's asked like, how many items did the armorer forge throughout the entire series? I'm like,
what? Okay. You can't be mad at me no more. All right.
I mean, we can get pedantic, but that's extra. I'm trying to think of another one that was kind of extra. Harith, help me out here. It's just a lot of like things that you don't expect a lore fan.
In Attack of the Clones, when Obi-Wan said this particular line, did he have a real or a fake beard?
Like, that's actually an interesting question, because I believe there's two parts of the movie in different locations where he does have it.
Yeah, I should find that. I should add that.
Y'all are so brutal with the trivia. Listen, Alex, if you have time to call in for the trivia portion, I think you'll enjoy these questions. It's all about Mount Maul Shadow Lord.
How many members of the Jedi Council are circumcised?
Oh, Ryan also had, he had an emoji category, which was kind of like on the verge of like Rebus puzzle making. He had a knight, he had an oven, and he had a bunch of like crying emojis. And for the life of me, like it took me a while to. Do you get it?
I mean, I assume that's Anakin.
No.
And oh, well then no, I don't get it.
It took me a while, but I actually did get it by removing the oven completely and looking at the emojis, and I was like, night, tears,
Night of 1,000 Tears,
right? And I was like, what the hell is the oven represent?
The oven represents their armor, because okay.
Whenever I do
I feel like it would typically be like a fridge that would be like there'd be like a walking fridge, but an oven it would also be true.
Whenever I do an element quiz, I feel like I'm being challenged for not watching within the last 24 hours. That's not true. I mean, I do have some like very, very pedantic questions, but most of the time it's not. Just ask Archive Redacted, who gets every single question right.
I can't say nothing because I can't tell to save my life whether a question is the easiest thing in the world or the hardest thing in the world. I swear to God, I put some questions that I swear is the easiest thing and no one gets it. And then I put something that I think is like esoteric. No one's ever going to get this. And it's every single person in the chat's first like instant thought.
Ryan's on the TikTok side. He's trying to justify his BS. Oven equals of
The knife
so you're using like an emoji to symbolize like predicates and prepositions and particles. And they're supposed to like give an idea and a concept, man.
You know what? That gives me an idea, though. I think I might have something interesting for next week.
Are we gonna steal from Ryan again?
No. Not that I'm opposed to it. Ryan, I would love to steal from you anytime. And that's not because I'm black. Sorry, I had to say it before VGC did.
I swear my brain broke when you did the what was the ordered. Oh, but that was like the 500 point. Like, of course, I'm gonna go a little hard on the 500 pointers. I didn't like. Let's do movies for 100. What was the length of his limbs that he lost at the time that he lost them on Mustafar when it was like 136 degrees Fahrenheit? Actually, it's probably hotter than that.
Ryan says, I'm copywriting everything, so I expect my royalties. Well, joke's on you. We consider your royalty here.
Aww. Well, we also copyrighted for Light and Life. On to the next one. So, you guys infringed upon us first. No, so this is gonna be a very simple trivia for Maul Shadow Lord. It's just question and answer. I think we have a multiple choice in there, but it's not a Jeopardy board. We will work on the next Jeopardy board, and we'll probably make that. Well, it depends on how good we are at paying attention while we watch it. I was like, we might make it a Mandalorian and Grogu Jeopardy board, but we might not remember everything.
I might not do any. Yeah. You know, I do have these little little pads here. We could take and just like jot down little.
Oh, that's nice.
Little
that's
stuff
gonna be an
theater.
OnlyFans charge, sir.
Hey, Master James Kenobi.
Also, you guys in the audience, if there is a type of trivia you think we should do, let us know. We might try it. Maybe we could do behind the scenes trivia, or actor trivia, or some of that stuff.
Shout out to Master James Kenobi for being a member for 23 months.
Hey, what's up, Real Alf? Real Alf 007.
Appreciate all the heart me's in the TikTok side and the likes. You guys are rock stars. You guys are monsters. That's what you guys are. What day is the movie releasing again? It's gonna release on Thursday, but it's on Friday the 22nd. Which I should announce here. Next week, Dyad will be on Saturday. So we're going to watch the movie on Friday, and we will cover it that Saturday. So next week only, Dyad is moving back to Saturday. Did you hear about the new Kylo comic? I'm pumped. There's another one coming out.
Another one.
I feel fake right now. I feel like a tourist.
I do as well. Okay, so here's the thing. I've been playing a lot of Crimson Desert. And every time...
14.
Every time I've been like, okay, I think we're getting to a part, because I still haven't even beat the game, and there's still like a lot more stuff to do. They drop updates to this game like twice a week, and they're insane updates, and you're like, oh man, I guess I.
Yeah,
and then
true.
Where Winds Meet just dropped a fat update.
I'm surrounded. I definitely want to go back to Where Winds Meet. But like this new update coming out for Final Fantasy 14 it looks like fire. They're changing up the jobs where they're removing rotations. And if you're an MMO player, you know what rotations mean. It's like when you play endgame or go into dungeons, you sit there and you hit like the same set of buttons in the same exact order over and over and over again. And they want to start making the jobs feel more identity based and reactionary so that they can design more encounters to be reactionary so that I'm not just beholden to this strict order of operations. So that's where I have been, and I might start streaming more of that. Speaking of streaming a game, how is things looking next week for Resident Evil 2?
That I don't know yet. So just because of how my job functions, I started getting hit with people I'd helped in the past, all needing more stuff at the same time as, get this, okay. They fired our managing partner, so like our big boss, right? I got a new supervisor, which is one of my coworkers who I don't respect. We changed computer systems. They started remodeling. We changed stuff for the grounds. There's new pricing in effect. They basically pulled the rug out from everyone, everywhere, all of them, all at the same time. While I'm dealing with old stuff and learning new stuff. And so, yeah, it's been kind of crazy.
Yeah. Apex Joy Boy. Hey, Joy Boy. Say hello to Robin.
That and the other thing is, I also do want to get back into a better groove of making content more.
Yeah. If you had a lightsaber, would you add a guard? No. I'm a huge fan of katanas, and the Suba isn't a guard, but like the way lightsabers function, you really don't want to train with a reliance on having that guard there. That's how Dooku lost. But while we're on the topic of Kylo Ren, and this will probably be our last mixer topic until we move forward with discussing Ahsoka really quickly. I've been seeing clips of our friends at the Escape Pod podcast. I saw a clip of them discussing Kylo Ren's redemption. And they were, I suppose they were waxing humorous around how Han Solo is a memory, and they were talking about, Hat Guy was talking about when Kylo Ren's point of redemption is Han Solo appearing, and then they brought up how the producers were like, he's more of a memory and he's not a Force ghost. And so they said, Kylo Ren forgave himself. And as much as that, as meta as that is, that's not the point of redemption. The point of redemption for Kylo Ren was his sacrifice for Rey. Like, the redemption doesn't happen at the turning point where he comes back to the light.
Yeah, but also forgiving yourself is actually a really important thing to do.
I know.
I don't think I was just like, I'm not sure I see the humor in that. I mean, if you look at the fight, and I'm sure they're just joking around. Right?
Well, but I also think that dudes. I also think they were being facetious about like the notion that you can be redeemed as long as like you're the one that's doing the forgiving. But from the angle you're coming from, psychologically, you have to be able to forgive yourself, right?
I mean, what do you think happened to Vader? He let go of his hate. That was his whole thing of coming back. That's what was holding him back. It's too late for me. Then he's like, you were right. I don't know why he says it so sing-songingly. That always kind of bugged me, but
You're right about me.
But you know, Kylo Ren, right before that final fight with Rey at the DS2, he's like, now you can't go back to her, just like I can't go back to her. That was the point. Is he truly felt like he could not go back to his mom, like he had gone too far. And it's like, listen, there is forgiveness and absolution are two different things.
Yep.
You're not forgiven, you'll go to jail, but at least you don't have to be that dude anymore. Like, that's a choice you can make. You can choose to make a better choice, and that's literally what all of Star Wars is about: the choice to do better. Doesn't wash away the bad you've done.
Shout out to Podwans on the TikTok side.
But isn't that like the first line? This will begin to make things right.
Yeah. By Lore Santeca. Lore.
I'd say it's about
Is it Lore? Lore. It is Lore Santeca. Yeah.
Lore, yeah.
Or Santeca.
How's it going, Alex? You here for the trivia?
I mean, he's here for everything.
I am. Didn't you say we could call it? I hope I haven't joined sooner than expected.
No. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Because I also got to hear your thoughts on our new dates for Ahsoka. So, but we'll get to that in a second. What do you think about Kylo Ren's redemption?
This was like the soonest I was able to join in, but the timing is perfect because I've been thinking about Ben all day. And in particular, this is something that comes up a lot, is like Ben forgiving himself, the idea that Han was a memory. I do always want to reinforce, the last thing Han did was forgive Ben. Like, his last action is reaching out to caress his son's face. He absolutely forgave Ben in that moment. It just takes a year for it to sink into Ben that he can accept that. You know, he is the only one holding himself accountable to the mistakes that he's made. Well, and, you know, I'm sure the New Republic would love to. The new Republic. But
that new.
But it really is, you know, this is the fulfillment of Han's last wish, and the thing he died for is that Ben could forgive himself and come back. So I've always thought that was a effective moment.
By the way, I wish, like, one of the reasons I think the sequel trilogy is, I mean, not only is it already beloved by a lot of people now, but as we move forward through time and people understand the parallel, the problem with the sequel trilogy is that they took a historical moment and then they looked to the future of what that would be, not realizing that they were just like a year or two ahead of that happening in the real world. And so that redemption of Ben, like, Kylo Ren is a chud. He's an edgelord internet chud, right? And who's all angry online, and he's like slashing, and he's in his little, you know, cave, you know, he's like what's his name? JD from Grandma's Boy. What's the guy's name? I can't remember. JP, yeah. And like that's who he is, and that's why no one likes him. No one wants to be around him. No one can stand him. He's alienated everyone so that he can impress this weird old Skeletor ballsack man who also doesn't care about him. And like, in order to come back from that, there's like he's in the middle of the sequel trilogy. He realizes that he's in the middle of the male loneliness epidemic, and it's all because of his own actions. And all of his family, like, he's like, will they ever forgive me for like this stuff I've done? And it's like, yes, just come back. Give us a chance.
He rejected him. And
yeah,
that was all it took. Rejecting him, and he's back.
He's pounding on his stomach trying to look smacks. I don't know. I don't know what they do.
Shout out to Aaron
Live
Bryant.
matching.
Aaron Bryant says, thanks for being a positive voice in Star Wars fandom, guys. A much rarer thing than it should be. We appreciate you, Aaron. Let's see. Were you gonna say something, Alex?
If I could add, yesterday I was talking to someone about Ben and how Leia, they were very hesitant about telling Ben about Darth Vader, to the extent that he only found out that Darth Vader was his grandfather when the rest of the galaxy did. And the reason is that they were kind of concerned, like, how is this information going to affect him? And someone in my comments said, like, well, if I found out my grandpa was like, Himmler or whatever, I wouldn't really be eager to, follow in his footsteps. And it's like, I'm glad for you. There are people out there who would absolutely be. If Nick Fuentes found out he was related to anyone in there, he would be stoked. So it's like, Ben is 100% a Nick Fuentes.
I mean, that's to me, that's literally what a lot of the sequel trilogy is he has Vader's mask, and that's like finding your grandpa's like war medals in the attic and being like, oh man, this stuff is so badass, And you're like, especially if you read Leia Bloodlines, that's literally the plot.
When you find the Confederate flag and
never having met Vader himself.
Yeah, when you find the Confederate flag and you haven't read any of the articles of the secession, so all you think is it was states' rights. If anyone is confused about it, read the articles, and like the opening sentence of each state is the right to slavery.
Yeah.
They mention slavery so many times. They're not subtle about it.
What were you going to say?
I'm trying to figure out. I think my connection may be behind. I feel like I'm lagging a little bit behind you, which is why it sounds like I keep cutting you off.
Say potato.
But I was going to mention there's potato.
There's a 4-second lag.
Damn, that much? That's a hell of a lot. My network's usually pretty good. I don't know why. I might have to, maybe I'll pop off and try and turn some stuff off, see if I can get that back to a normal rate before trivia. But I was going to mention there's the new Audible original short, Terror on Mustafar, which is about a 12-year-old kid who is so heavily propagandized. He is so inundated in pro-Empire imagery. Darth Vader is his hero because he is the brave stallion charging forth and dealing the Emperor's justice. And to Ben, as far as he knows, that may be a true recounting of events. All he has is the reference of his parents who, like, once he's figured out, well, they're lying to me about some things, what else are they lying to me about?
Oh yeah. Wait, isn't that from Dark Legends?
There may be something similar.
I remember there was a Dark Legends comic where Vader was on horseback, and then he fought the Ender.
Interesting. He never rides a horse in this one, but that does sound fun.
Yeah, he was on horseback. He was fighting the Ender, and the Ender was like a menace to this world, right? And then there's a kid that like looks up to Vader. It's like an alien, but like all they know of this being is that he's fighting this monster. But he doesn't realize that Vader's not motivated by to rescue him. He's just fighting this freaking monster.
He's just like, watch me throw down.
Yeah. Shark Hornet
I'm about
asks,
to go super mode.
Shark Hornet asks, did Luke use force projection before his exile? I don't believe so.
We don't know. He might have.
He might have. We didn't see him though. There's only I think 2 other uses of that. That's Yoda and Kanan. Is there any other uses of it?
I can't think of any. When does Kanan use it?
No.
I guess you're saying like post death, like a
No,
Doom?
Kanan. I forget where
He
exactly
uses it in the first episode of
Yeah, I think he's in the tower.
He pops up right behind the tower, in the tower with Ezra.
Yeah, and then like
he turns around,
he's
he's
back
not
at
there.
the ship. Like,
Damn, I'm gonna need to rewatch that.
Unless he's just really fast.
You just absolutely schmooved on him.
when does Kanan use it? Oh yeah.
Actually, I wanted to see how you guys feel about the potential for a old fan theory to now have some additional weight. Just the way that Maul communicates with Devin in the Maul show. I mean, he does it through a connection that they share, right? We can also surmise that maybe that's how, Palpatine was talking to Ben through all those years throughout the sequel trilogy. But could that also mean that visions were being sent to Anakin from Palpatine?
Oh, absolutely. I think we're treated to a hint of that when in the scene with Across the Stars. When Anakin, like, Mace tells Anakin, "Stay here, and you will ever earn my trust." So he stays there. He's in the council chambers. He's just waiting, looking off in the distance.
Yeah, Palpatine
and you
does
can hear
talk.
Palpatine's voice. So
yeah, it's not a line we've heard him say before. Yeah.
And if you consider that Anakin considers Palpatine to be his best friend, then you can assume a connection or a bond is formed between the two.
I can get behind Palpatine saying that from across space. I am an adamant opponent of him planting the visions for Anakin. I think that one, like, speaking across space, we've seen a couple of times, because you could even say, like, Luke talks to Leia when he's on Cloud City. We can point to a lot of instances where someone has spoken across vast distances, conjuring visions, and I would say doing so, like, let's, step outside the craft of filmmaking. That is Natalie Portman on the same table, in the same outfit. She's clearly on Polis Massa. So Palpatine would need to fully accurately predict the future himself and know how and when Padme was going to die, but not know that her kids make it, because otherwise he should have acted on that, and then project that to Anakin with 100% certainty that what Anakin was going to do would bring that about. I find that maybe a bridge too far.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a lot for me.
Well,
and
okay, let's. But now that also brings into something else. So in Empire Strikes Back, we have Vader setting a trap for Luke. How does he bait that trap? He just tortures Han. He doesn't send the message out to say that I have him or he's here or whatever. He just tortures Han. And then Luke feels his friends are in trouble, and then he's going to go run out to try and rescue his friends, right? That's so, like, is there now layers to this? Are we into, like, Death Note territory of...
Is Vader just gambling on, like, Luke will sense what I'm about to do and will react? That is a good question.
Or does Palpatine put so much fear into Anakin that Anakin will snap and end up killing his wife, creating dreams that are now like a feedback loop to make it happen? I don't know.
That's
I'm
more
just,
kind
I'm
of
just throwing these out there.
Did I ever come on? We had kind of talked about a while back. I, for like 2 weeks straight, was just constant talk about visions, their validity, and like exactly this. Did I ever come on here to talk about that? Because that would be something we could absolutely get into more at length.
Yeah, I don't remember talking to you about it.
I have boatloads of thoughts on it, mainly from the fact that visions are a lot more reliable than a lot of the fandom treats them as. And it comes back to those two in particular, Luke seeing them on Cloud City. I've never considered that Vader could have, like, sent the visions to Luke, but I think it's telling that like he is actually doing it. I think it's more so, you know, Yoda was able to sense Anakin's distraught nature in episode 2. I think Vader was more relying on, if I torture his friends, he'll feel it and come. The fact that Luke had like a vision about it is, I think, more just the way that happened to work out. That's my gut answer there.
Well, I mean, what do you mean by visions are more reliable than they give credit for?
Absolutely, I will elaborate on this. The fandom, and I'll present because I know that you two will buy in through the metric I use, which is in regards to Anakin and in regards to The Last Jedi. There is a constant undercurrent of people saying that they shouldn't have trusted the visions they were given. If I've seen dozens of people refer to both of these as false visions, and I object to that every time because both of them were 100% objectively correct. Luke sees that Ben will fall to the dark, will bring an end to everything he loves. All happened. 100% true. Anakin sees that Padme will die in childbirth. It happened. True. Whether or not they could have avoided those things coming about is another thing, but the visions that they had were accurate. And further, in the series, I can only think of one vision that did not come 100% true, and it was still like 95%.
Okay, so
the assassination of Padme?
No. Did someone have a vision of Padme being assassinated?
Ahsoka did, yeah.
Ahsoka, yeah.
Oh, there. Thank you. That's 2. I was thinking of Master and Apprentice when Qui-Gon has the video.
Yeah.
Fenrir's reception. He tweaks it.
So I think.
So here's where. Oh, you go ahead.
Well, for me, the disconnect is between reliability and accuracy. You can make an argument for accuracy, but I very much subscribe to Yoda's approach, where it's like, yes, this vision happened. It could very well happen. We're not questioning, the accuracy of this vision. What we're questioning is how you respond to it. And your response to it could very well bring it about. You don't know how to avoid it, and so that's where like reliable, at least semantically, doesn't.
I was gonna say it's the semantic, but like I fully agree. Keeping a level head is the important thing.
So the way I see it is that when it comes to visions, the characters in Star Wars don't watch Star Wars. So Anakin can describe Padme's, death. We see what her hair looks like, what she's wearing, the positioning. No one else sees that, right? That's only in Anakin's head. So all anyone else has to go on is this person's description of what equates to a single panel in a comic book, right? You can look at the single panel and it could mean a lot of different things. There could be a lot of different ways that it plays out. So I believe the panel is 100% accurate. Their interpretation of it isn't. But more importantly, being a Jedi is being a space Buddhist, right? You're not supposed to dwell on the future that much at the expense of the present. And by doing that, that's inviting suffering and fear, right? And then that becomes your anxiety, and then that focus leads you down the dark side. And if you go down the dark side, bad things are just going to happen regardless. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like if you're driving a car and there's something you're staring at that thing, you might crash and die, if you're not paying attention to what's right in front of you, type of deal.
It's actually a good point too, because I liken it to, and I think I'll make the argument that this moment is probably the most accurate depiction of what a vision looks like to the user, and that is when Yoda is on the Force planet and his inner darkness shows him Order 66. There's moments where it's kind of clear what he's seeing, but it's like a swirl and it's like brushstrokes, and it's very unclear at times. So I feel like Yoda at that moment was seeing or sensing or envisioning a moment of a lot of distress, a lot of betrayal, a lot of emotions, and like possibly flashes of like blaster bolts. But I don't think he had a full vision of like all of the clones turned around and killed all of the Jedi that he knew, and there wasn't a lot of fidelity to the vision.
I would even say, because he sees Ahsoka there, who we know isn't going to be there in general, I would say that's, we describe both of these things as a vision, but there are really two kinds of visions. One is like an actual glimpse of a real future, which happens frequently, and the other is more like a manifestation of something true about yourself. But like I would compare Yoda's, and I have, to Luke fighting himself on Dagobah. It's like, this is rooted in what you could become, but there's no like literal version of events where this happens. It's the Force giving you like a hazy warning amid other stuff, as opposed to like, this is a literal glimpse of your actual future. Do something.
Yeah, and then in the chat, also everyone in the chat, feel free to throw your thoughts in here, because we will keep up with them. X-Core says, or Eaton Black says, it's the interpretation that is wrong. X-Core says it's Greek tragedy, so they bring about their vision, right? We saw that with Oedipus. It's the whole prophecy that was a vision that was correct. It was the way they interpreted that caused problems. Andrew Coatsworth says Palpatine knew because George extended the manipulation of the Force for Sidious to be a scion of the Yuuzhan Vong. So they never had to reveal themselves. One rule it all. I appreciate that. Sorry, that took me out. I forgot about the whole Yuuzhan Vong thing, where like now Palpatine's actually kind of a hero because he was trying to save everyone.
Don't kill him.
Appreciate it, Cupcos.
I don't know where SH4T goes sometimes, but shout out to Cupcos for the $20 days. Let's get scummy. I don't know what that means, but you do you, Cupcos. Appreciate it.
Dang, I had something good to say, and now it's slipped my brain. Damn it! Now I'm upset.
But yeah,
I was going to bring up Sifo Dyas as another one who we get to see glimpses of his visions throughout the Dooku Jedi Lost book, as well as the effects of what he does in the Living Force, where he is convinced about the Clone Wars. And so he's like breaking rules to try and bring more Jedi in. And then you're like, but that's what causes the like, damn it, man, calm down.
You made the clones.
I also think that I think that Anakin and the Skywalker line is just better at visions. I think they just see with more clarity than is typical for people, and I think that's visible in Anakin's precognition. I think he's just that dude at it.
It's that is something I've mentioned as well. Like Luke in particular, because that's it gets brought up in regards to Revenge of the Sith. I mostly talk about this when talking about The Last Jedi, because people were like, Luke is a bloodthirsty maniac for thinking that this vision was true, even though it is. And it's like Luke has every reason to trust this vision, because he has 100% track record himself, canon and legends. But yeah, there's a weird number of people who pretend that, like, I think it's because, the Jedi occasionally say things indicating, like, we shouldn't trust this vision as true. I don't know what they're experiencing that makes them question that, but like I need to pull up Ahsoka's because I can't remember exactly what she sees. I want to find it.
So here's
I made a video about
well, really quickly, here's a wrench in some of that. I totally agree. I think Luke can 100% trust the vision. But can he trust his response? Because
That is yes.
because when Kylo Ren describes the vision, or when Kylo Ren describes those events, he is awake during Luke, at least to him, winding up. So in a sense, I feel like the melding of this Rashomon effect would see me kind of, if Luke goes through with this attempt to prevent this vision, it just kind of comes about anyway, because Ben is already awake and aware of him standing over him, and that vision that he tells in The Last Jedi happens where Luke winds up and then he blocks him and then he brings the hut down and then he escapes. So that's not to say that Kylo Ren's version of events was true. It's just that the way he describes it kind of gives me pause that maybe he wasn't unawares of Luke being there to begin with, you know?
I mean, him seeing that portion at the end implies that he was not aware of Luke for the entire duration. We don't know how long Luke was in there. You know, it could have been quite a while. But
just hanging out, watching his nephew sleep.
Well,
Andrew Cosworth says,
Luke does say, he does give an implication of pacing when he says it was like a fleeting moment.
I think he was in there for maybe a minute tops. Like, it was.
I mean, he saw a lot of stuff. So, like, I'm sure maybe he sees these things faster than they're actually happening. I don't know.
No, I mean,
but he saw a lot.
His response to it was, happening.
Andrew Cosworth says, "What if the shroud of the dark side was the Yuuzhan Vong protecting Palpatine's plan from the premonitions of the Jedi? Hence, they could not detect the true plans for the Empire and the Death Star. So the Yuuzhan Vong have been forsaken by the Force in their own galaxy. They don't touch it. They are not related to it. They are not part of it, which is why they're so troublesome for the Jedi to fight. So they could not. The shroud of the dark side would be unnoticeable and irrelevant to anything that they did."
He should have force projected into Ben's room.
That's pretty good. I do also want to comment on.
But then he would be mixing force projection with like force probe. And I don't know if that's exactly how it works.
And KG says he pried into his dream. I do always want to clarify, dreaming had nothing to do with anything that happened in that room. He was reading Ben's mind, not like... People say that Ben was just having like a nightmare and that Luke freaked out on him for it. No, he read Ben's soul and spirit the way that Jedi have done for the whole series.
Yeah.
Luke is not
also quick Legends throwback. Dream walking is stupid.
I do want to bring in Nemo here, who looks like he's having his quirk explained by President Mike.
Head through hyperspace.
It is, but it always gives me that, like, with President Mike and My Hero, it's just like, go say. Oh, you're muted, sir.
Yeah, I can't hear you, Nemo.
Hold on one second. Let me.
Hey, there we go.
Okay. Because I have like 4 different mic inputs because different headsets and audio, so it gets all jumbled. But how art thou?
Good. Yourself?
Got to play 1 round of Devil Dinosaur.
I haven't even got on that yet, so I miss you guys. You should play more often, but yeah.
I am knee deep in the 14.
Yeah, understandable. No, Rivals is a completely different game these days, so I don't blame you.
Gage asks, "What's the trivia topic today?" Maul Shadow Lord. And if you want to call in and participate in the trivia in real time, you sure can.
And I believe we're gonna go episode by episode. And
no.
No? Okay. Well, one of my questions might be ruined by future questions.
Well,
If we could put
no,
that-
where there was
put that
overlap
phrase.
between our questions, I made sure to kind of cut it. Like, because...
Oh, no, but the answer to one of my questions is in the question to other questions.
so it's spoilers. Got it.
Oh, did you not
Everyone
watch it?
forget that question.
No, I watched. I'm just saying, like, his question will spoil the answer for a different one. So.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I vetted it enough where, like, yeah, that
won't
wasn't
happen.
the case. And if it
That's
does, okay, well,
It is what it is.
All right, hold up.
I want to say
need do
it would be
something quick.
a bold as hell move to hop on for trivia not having seen the show. I would respect so much the gumption. I'm like, I got this. I'll nail it.
I watch everything before they do, so it's fine.
what is this
Like, I'm
person's
wa-
name in episode 6?
It's a trap!
Never heard of him.
So why don't we move on to Ahsoka? Now, obviously,
That's going to be an OnlyFans charge, sir.
shout out to Nemo in the call and in the chat.
Yeah, I need to change my card again, but I needed to get that membership back up, so let's
oh,
go.
did you ruin your streak?
Yeah, maybe.
Damn it, YouTube. We appreciate
No,
the support.
I just have to migrate to different cards and banks and stuff, so I had to redo everything, so it's whatever.
Yeah. All right, so the last week we learned that, and through certain outlets, that Ahsoka was delayed, but I digress. We didn't really have much of a release to begin with, but their release window is early 2027.
Is it really a delay, or did they just
It's
swap
not a
with Vision Quest?
Really
That's
windy.
yeah, I feel like Vision Quest was going to be in a different spot, and they just swapped it with Ahsoka, so it's whatever. So I think I have to keep this up because I'm too dark without it. It feels bad.
I spoke
Yeah, you are.
lightly on this. I spoke lightly on this topic on Tuesday with the pod ones, but I do believe that they're positioning this release intentionally. Obviously, one of the reasons is let's let this be the year of Mandalorian and Grogu. Right? It's the first year since we've had a movie in theaters, and I also think that by releasing it closer to Starfighter, closer to New Jedi Order, there is some narrative threads to be connected there, whether it's contemporary or whether it's something that rears its head in like goes into the shadows on Ahsoka and comes back in New Jedi Order or Starfighter. But what do you guys think?
I think, yeah, even just that it's, more Jedi-centric content. Like, it'd be cool if there's a direct tie-in between them. But thematically, there's a lot more common between, like, Ahsoka Season 2 and New Jedi Order than Mando, which, like, she knows Mando, but he's not going to be fighting Jedi in this.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if outside of Grogu we see any Force usage.
Did we read the article from Filoni that came out today? Because some of the questions he was asked yesterday, or no? From Collider?
You can go ahead and send that.
I'll post it in...
Or you can share it with us.
I'm just posting it in the lobby chat, or whatever it's called.
Let's see, I think we got it pulled up
Because
here.
that's not a whole lot of new information, but I think it's kind of sets the tone of what he's planning on doing. So I do think what you're saying there, some of the narrative congruency of all that stuff kind of plays into it.
Oh, interesting. I have a really good track record now. Can you, Choco, can you open that up and share the screen with the call, just so, because I'm already sharing a screen, so I can add it to the stream.
Yes. Let me see where. There it is.
Yeah, that was very last quote is what I'm referring to as well. Just the green text. You don't have to read all the white text, but that's just his quotes in particular that I thought was interesting.
But I also think just in general, me and Choco have a great track record of things being canon.
Oh yeah.
It's almost as if we know what we're talking about.
No, you and George Lucas are wrong. Okay, God.
Let me actually do this in a separate browser than what everything else is playing audio and stuff through.
Appreciate you.
No, but the audacity to say George Lucas is wrong about his own IP is hilarious, but I digress.
It's so crazy.
I mean,
The
it's just like
boldness some fans have.
it's just like what Choco said, right? Some people conflate the paradigms and their bodies of knowledge, and they think that they should all play well with each other. But different magic systems will treat light and dark differently, and you just have to accept that.
Yeah, we all know Star Wars fans can accept things, right?
Really good at accepting challenged notions.
Not the best at that.
Now we have the
Why
Mando himself.
Dude,
Let's
Gage,
go.
why do you look like Charlie Puth right now? All right,
In what way?
let me add this article, and then you can all look at it together with Choco at the helm of it. So, we're currently sharing your browser with the stream. What does it say?
I need you to get ad block, sir.
Is this the Collider article?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me right now, rather than dealing with hard numbers like that, I'm just looking at stories of potential. Oh, this is about him not.
Yeah, being co-presidents.
Yeah, which is what we've said for 1,000 times. Of course, he's going to stay on the creative side. But basically, the long and short of it is he's not the president of the company. His job hasn't changed. They hired a woman to be the president, and they just gave him the co-title so the judge would stop it.
And which is what we both said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Smart way to do it, to be honest.
Yeah, he's not a business guy at all in that capacity.
And he shouldn't be. That's not.
Yep.
Yeah.
His skills are out
That's
there.
not. It's not.
Which is
it's not
perfectly
mean.
like what they have set up. I think is perfectly fine. So
Can you zoom in a little bit?
Zoom and enhance.
I think I know I joined late to it. I think another reason Ahsoka's taking so long is he said right now they're doing the visual effects, and I think it's a very space battle heavy season.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
So I would
mean,
assume
Rosario is
that sets them back really far.
Rosario
I
has
think
said as much.
the extra
There's
time
a
is
lot
going to
of
be great.
battles and stuff.
Because the one space, not even space, but Acolyte, because I rewatched that recently, and then Acolyte and Skeleton Crew, I thought their spaceship fights and all that stuff, the chase sequences, looked phenomenal. So if Ahsoka's going to have a lot of that, that is going to take cinema, like movie length time for visual effects. So, and
I mean, if you look at Skeleton Crew, like
those freaking
they worked on that show for a very, very long time before we ever heard that it existed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that
like,
wasn't even part of that like long lineup of that D23, like that that image of like their 10-year
got
plan.
rid of
I mean-
it, I believe, as just a concept, like a long time ago.
a long time ago, but I do remember the D23 when they're like the release date for Skeleton Crew, and I was like, the hell is that? What are you talking about?
And with Jude Law, like, oh, okay,
but-
I guess it's happening now.
But it turns out, I mean, that project had been in the works since before Spider-Man Homecoming, before the first of the new Spider-Man movies. So, like, if you look at that type of development cycle and then the distance and time that we will have from Ahsoka season 1, it kind of tracks, as well as there's probably going to be some overlap between the narrative of Ahsoka and what we'll get for this Heir to the Empire. So I'm sure they'll also be doing certain things together. I
Yeah,
don't
Dave
know.
said he has the intro of Heir to the Empire written and like locked in, so he was writing Ahsoka to be sure that it could get to that intro seamlessly. Not like I don't think it's going to be like an Andor to Rogue One scenario where it's like the next scene is the movie, but he just
Yeah,
wanted to make
Wouldn't
sure
be
it
a
all
bad
gelled.
thing.
Because he said he had a really good idea for the opening of his movie, and he didn't want to like let it go based on like where Ahsoka season 2 was going. So he instead shaped Ahsoka season 2 to meet that idea.
Which is also probably why Mando and Grogu, the movie, is better than a season 4, because some of that will be completely different than what we would have had if we had a season 4. So I'm glad that is better. But no, you can go ahead and read that article, because he does mention like lots of stuff that are already in motion that he wants to continue. So that's what I find interesting, especially dealing with some of the creative talents they want to bring in, because let's be honest, Star Wars has had a lot of great people work on it, and I just would love to see that continue, especially like stuff with the visions and the various directors on each of the shows. Like, I love it all. So,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, did you guys see that interview with the...
oh, you got muted?
and they canceled it?
Oh, it wasn't muted. You got noise gated.
Oh, did I?
Ask the question again.
Did anyone see that BioWare interview where it was the ex-head of BioWare talking about how he had planned to do a High Republic era MMO, and then EA wouldn't greenlight it, and he had gotten approved by Lucasfilm?
So that's
Like,
another thing.
No,
Lucasfilm
but
said
why?
yes,
Why would you
but
tell
they
me that?
canceled.
Yeah, he did an interview that was like, he was like, oh, he's out of EA and BioWare now. And he was like, yeah, it was the most stressful time of my life. The Old Republic had been going on for, like 9 years at that point. And it was around 2019. And they were like, he was trying to figure out like, what do we do? We can't keep using this game. And then he went to Dave and Kathleen about it and titled it "The Star Wars: The New Republic," and they were like, "Oh, we're doing this initiative right now. You could tie into that, like, because High Republic was being developed." They were like, "It's going to be 100 or like a couple hundred years before Episode 1. If you can get it to work in that time zone, you're good to go." Completely got approved. Goes to the head of like the EA board of directors, and the EA board of directors looked at the $300 million cost of SWTOR and was like, "Why would we do that again? We already have SWTOR." And just like shut it down. And then eventually BioWare just like left. Like they don't even work on SWTOR anymore. It's a whole other thing. But that was like part of the reason is he pushed BioWare. After that, he was like, I don't want to work on this game. But
I don't blame him.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're in one of those weird, like, I don't know if it's like a late stage capitalism for AAA like gaming companies. But they don't want to deal with the licensing for Star Wars. They're like, we would rather just make our own IP and have it be as big as Star Wars. And you're like,
And
but
it
you
never
but
gets
you
as big
can't.
as Star Wars.
yeah.
But you can't. That's why you want this one. And, I mean, that's what EA did when they had, Battlefront 2. And they're like, yeah, we were paying for the licensing. So what we're going to do is we're going to create our own game. It's going to be called Anthem. And it's going to be just as big. It was not. It was not.
Apparently, the Battlefront 2 devs also used to hate developing for that game because
Oh
they
yeah,
would do
they
stuff
did. I
like
was
they would
talking
be
with
like
those guys. Yeah.
they'd be like, "Oh, we want to add a clone skin," and then it would be like a 4-month approval process when they were already done with the model in like a month, and then it was just like waiting for Lucasfilm to just okay like a clone skin or an Anakin costume.
Yeah.
So it's apparently really hard on them as developers just have to be like waiting for the licensing to kick in.
Yeah. Well, if EA had a plan to begin with and listened to some of the devs, then they could have fast tracked that a lot sooner. But nope, microtransactions. That's where we want to go. Let's have the card system because that'll be great for Star Wars. But having to rework.
Accomplishment.
Shark Hornet says SWTOR needs an update. They just announced a 7.9 on the 30th. So there's that. I don't know. We haven't played in a while, so I don't know. I don't know how well that game is doing under Saber or Broadsword.
I bounce in and out of it. They've done a lot of like. They made all the starting planets look better. They update all the character models for like the players. They're trying to like kind of like modernize the game a little bit. They do battle passes now where it's like you play on the season and you get like cosmetics and stuff. They're doing just the standard. Like they're kind of turning into more like a modern MMO. but I think that they've in the couple years they've had it, they handled it better than BioWare did in their final years, is what I would say. But
I feel like we're on the cusp of a gaming revolution. Honestly, I feel like in the next couple of years, games are going to be incredible. I'm very hopeful. Again, I've been playing Crimson Desert a lot, and there's for the past. So games are great now, but I mean, for the past couple years, the major games that have been succeeding the most have been the passion projects, have been the stuff that people are putting their heart and soul into. They've gone against the major rules of like, well, people don't want single player games anymore. People only want this, and none of those major plans have worked at all. And so I think we might have a reset where people are going to actually start caring about the end users. Hopefully, I think.
When do you think that started? I feel like Baldur's Gate kind of was that first major trend shift. And like, oh, this is where we're headed, and gaming companies are trying to fight against it. But I don't think they realize, hey, we're going that direction now. You guys don't have a choice.
2023.
I'd argue that that Cyberpunk was the first of that, because they gave the community so much, and they had a terrible launch, and they brought it back. And then even after the anime, there was more people playing the game than there was at launch.
Yeah, they could have let that thing die. Like, they had already gotten their sales. Like,
I kind of agree with that, because you had No Man's Sky had a big comeback, and they fixed a lot of stuff. Even Battlefield 2, Battlefront 2 had a lot of issues at launch, and they fixed that. So
I don't think it truly hit home until Claire Obscure came out.
Yeah, I think that was also a big turning point.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh, no, people only want, they want loot boxes, they want multiplayer, and then like back to back, it's turn-based single-player RPGs. And you're like, wait, what?
The 2010s was like the worst era of gaming for like them forcing multiplayer into like single-player franchises that never had it. Like, they put it in like Tomb Raider, and it's like
Last of Us and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't even get into the sequels.
Okay, it was actually good.
Oh, it was good.
In
sequels.
in Mass Effect.
Oh,
do you remember
the co-op was awesome in Mass Effect? Yeah.
Even Uncharted had multiplayer as well, if I remember.
And if you remember the Assassin's Creed, where there's like you're assassinating someone and someone's assassinating you, and
I did not like that.
Assassin's Creed was that was a unique one. I like that.
I tried that. It was what 15 years ago now or something. Was it 23? Not 2013 when they started doing that.
Well,
something like that. No, I did not like that at all.
I think it was 2013 or so. That sounds right.
Yeah.
So did we ever did we cover, where did the article go? I know we took a hard detour somewhere.
Oh, the Dave plans? I mean, it's kind of just a hey, we're working on stuff, right? It's like,
yeah, he's excited.
I'd love to read some of the quotes.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I can read them off. I've got them pulled up here.
You can read them off. I do want to display them for the stream though.
Let's go.
How's it going, Cubcos?
Welcome.
Did you make enough dollary dues today?
Mandalorian.
Technical difficulty on my end. One person keeps dropping. Nemo, sorry man, like you just keep dropping out for me.
So we had already read the first green quote, and then the second one says, and the re-release of episode 4, there's so much exciting stuff coming for Star Wars fans, but I have to say, I said this earlier, fans have known me now for 20 years, and I've worked with and told Star Wars stories, so I think they have a good idea of what to expect. I've so far really enjoyed collaborating with everyone, and we are well on our way. The future's in motion now, it's exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, see, that just assures me that, hey, everything that people are saying online, don't pay attention to that. 2027, we're going to hit it hard and hit it strong, and then you're not going to be ready. Because, again, like, we know what to expect from him, because even the small Shadow Lord alone to me says like, oh, this is where his level of expectations are going to be at moving forward. And I do feel like we won't have an issue where we get, Acolyte or Obi-Wan or Skeleton Crew, where it's like this of constantly shifting quality and tone, because one show was rushed, one show got delayed, and one show was perfectly fine. I feel like it's going to be more consistent of, hey, we're going to slow things down, we'll release it when we're ready, we don't have to hit any hard deadlines. Like, I don't know how much Iger had influence in that, but I do feel like a lot of the projects that they announced, they didn't need to, and some of the stuff that they didn't get to announce was something they could have actually made really well, but they were shut down. So I do feel like with the changing in Disney and some of the restructuring in Lucasfilm, we might get more of a consistency and a stronger feel of where we're going. And again, like a lot of people keep talking about, oh, the sequel trilogy, none of those movies were planned, which they kind of were, but there's, again, more consistency, more congruency, and I think more things will be working together. And that being said, I do hope we get more video games, so we do get more books and stuff, comic books, but also a lot of more kids content, because we need more Jedi Adventures and shows like that as well.
I mean, I think just the fact, like, a lot of the issues are manufactured, just straight up. And so, since Kathleen has stepped down, and since I honestly do feel we are over the largest hump of the chuddery, and people are, like, really getting sick of it.
They're also fighting each other, which we love.
You love to see it,
Yeah.
Don't interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake. But
Treachery is the way of the Sith.
I think that just means that things that come out in the future are actually going to have an honest chance. Like, we're actually going to watch it and actually not be inundated with garbage.
I also think that back then, with the inundation of like announcements we got, it's not the usual venue, right? Because that was an investor's call. So, right, I think for the most part, your aim, at least when you have an investor's call that's going out to the public, you want to drum up excitement and hype everything up. So you're telling your investors, hey, we got all these shows planned. You guys are gonna love this. Obviously, as time went on, they realized, it's a fruitless endeavor to have all of that stuff on the slate when nothing has been nailed down. Like, you don't have your directors or writers, right? And even with the latest thing that was announced out of Celebration, which was New Jedi Order, they didn't even have like the script, right? And so that movie is going. They have a script now.
They're supposedly casting right now.
I'm sorry?
I've seen
They're
those
supposedly casting right now because the lady who casted for Force Awakens, like the lady who found Daisy Ridley and John Boyega, is casting for an untitled sci-fi movie. And then that she asked for a 14-year-old male and a 12-year-old female, I think, which I assume would be raised like apprentices.
Oh,
is my guess.
that's Valen and like Thexan and Orkan or something. I don't know. But yeah, like it's in pre-production now. But like the point being, like during an investor's call, you just throw the kitchen sink at the wall, and then you start to realize you don't have a lot of things nailed down, right? The Lando series, like, unfortunately and disappointingly, has not seen the light of day. We don't have any production.
It's still happening. I have hope.
Or it's a movie now, right?
No, it was a movie, then it was a series, then a movie again, and still made.
Droids.
Well, what happened is Marvel did that thing. Marvel released a big slate, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's because at that point in time they were sitting on top of the world and were untouchable. Everyone else tried to recreate the same formula, expecting to get the same results, and all of them failed. There was a monster verse, there was a horror verse that was happening. DC tried to do it, and so and even in that original slate that Marvel announced, most of those projects didn't happen. Either they were canceled, they were changed into something else, or it was.
The Ironheart show got delayed like 2 years.
The Star Wars slate had a better ratio, ironically, like than the Marvel one.
Yeah.
And I would argue that our Star Wars, the end results were probably better than a lot of the Marvel stuff, but that's a conversation for another day. But
Unfortunately, we did lose Ryan Johnson's trilogy for now. You know, his last interview did say that, you know, it's on the back burner, but he's open to getting that call. Or
I think ever since they greenlit that Kinberg one, I think that was the final bullet in the Ryan one. Like giving someone else a trilogy first, if that makes sense. Like when you already have someone lined up for a trilogy and then you get a new guy.
I don't think Ryan's that petty. He's given multiple interviews where it's just that he's too busy with the Knives Out.
Knives Out, probably.
Just tell him he could set the next one on Coruscant. Just keep Daniel Craig and put him next to like a Twi'lek. It'd be great.
Honestly,
make him a
Star
cousin of
Wars
Papa Noido or
mystery.
something.
A Star Wars murder mystery that's not Acolyte, but just like down to earth and regular people would be so funny. I think.
Well, Acolyte wasn't a murder mystery.
That's the thing. That was like there was a mystery, but like a full-on whodunit in Star Wars, that would be fun.
Because it's like it reminds me of some of those Knights of the Old Republic missions where you have to investigate and figure out what happened. Just make a whole movie about that, and
Let me
Benoit
amend
Blanc
that.
as the Jedi.
A whodunit, but all of the characters are Sith.
So they're all trying to kill each other during the
Exactly.
whodunit.
Because like if you,
it's a who does it next instead of a whodunit.
I imagine like if you did a whodunit and everyone was a Jedi, like it would be less likely that you have multiple suspects. Like clearly there's someone that's entertaining the dark side in some way, shape, or form. But like you can have a whodunit with like Imperial officials or Republic
You
officers.
could do like someone has been killed on this planet and a Jedi is sent to investigate, you know.
Yeah.
Jedi Master Benoit Blanc.
Emmerich Hafter.
It would fit well.
And that's exactly what I've been waiting to say is it already exists. It's already there. We're waiting for it. Emmerich Hafter, Trails of Shadows. He can take that character and tell us an earlier story with him, right? That's a Jedi in the High Republic area, and he's a Jedi detective. Like,
But
it's already there, you know.
He's got to have the thick accent, which he's in book form, so we could say he's talked like that the whole time. We can make that work.
Yeah, does he? I don't.
Well, they might have to recast that one. Emmerich Hafter is a large black man.
You don't think he could play it off? Just kidding. He could,
You think there aren't any black men in the South? Strongly disagree.
All right, before we move on to Mandalorian and Grogu, what are your guys' immediate and exiting thoughts on Ahsoka Season 2? Has anything changed since we started speculating on what it could be?
There's been those reports that Dave's movie is on the back burner too, which I think is just like not real. Like I don't think that's true. It would be weird if he got made CEO and then said, "Hey, that thing that I've been working towards and like working on, I'm just gonna not."
Your
do it.
cat in the back just freaked me out for a second.
Oh yeah, she like standing up.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what is that?
It was standing in a very.
It's
I'm
she
like, wait,
likes to
what?
get a little screwed.
I'm sorry, that just distracted
You're
me.
fine.
Go ahead.
But yeah, Shark Hornet says Abeloth. So like, does anybody have any updated, or if you just want to reiterate, like where you think this story is headed?
I don't want Abeloth, but that's just me personally. But
I don't think it's gonna be Abeloth. I don't think Abeloth wasn't even well received when like she had 20 books to help with it. It just I don't see it happening. I think it's more likely that it's just more Mortis stuff, and then the other half of the story is just the Thrawn, like Thrawn just beating the brakes off the New Republic, and then the movie is like, how do we actually stop this guy?
I need people to understand that Abeloth was literally just stapled onto the ones at the very end of a very long book series.
Yeah,
that was not planned. Those books started well before that ever happened. And in the last book, they were like, "Oh, she's the mom." Yeah.
And then as a result, it added a bunch of weird, because they had already established stuff about her before they tacked it on to Mortis, so then it added a bunch of weird stuff to Mortis.
It doesn't
So-
fit, I don't think. Not
Yeah.
that they couldn't make it fit, I just don't think it does. I think, unfortunately, I might be jaded with the fandom with power scaling. And it's like, no, we don't need more of this and more things that throw a wrench in the scales. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it threw the wrench in the scales in those books. Like,
Yeah.
there's literally no reason Abeloth lost. There's
Yeah.
there's zero reason she lost
She-
in those books.
I mean, like, it's also weird to me to be like, hey, we finally got Thrawn back. We're going to bring Thrawn back. He's a big threat. And then they invent the unkillable goddess. So, you know, like, you kill her once, she switches to a new body, you kill her again. Like,
She could just make another her,
yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah,
how do you beat?
They
Back
never
when
even
we
wrapped
got
it up,
to
believe it or
Windsor.
not. In the last book, they are like, we stopped her for a minute, got to find the Mortis dagger, and then Legends ended. So it's just like, that's it.
Yeah, let it remain in Legends because I don't need that. Now, that being
Now
said,
they're
if-
gonna fight the greatest villain in Legends, Callista.
Oh,
No, but
I'd love
okay,
to see
so
CGI Luke interacting with CGI Callista.
let's
Alright.
direct this prompt a little bit then.
I actually have to dip out now so y'all can continue. I'll be in the comments, but have fun.
Hey, thanks for
We
calling in,
appreciate
Nemo.
you.
Nemo.
No problem.
Who's calling to Balin?
The sun.
I
That's
think
my
that seems
guess.
like the most likely. Yeah.
All
I think
that's
Ahsoka's
it.
got
On to the
Morai.
next one.
I think Ahsoka's got Morai, and he's kind of her narrative foil. So it would make sense if Morai is the daughter, Ahsoka's got her on her team, and then he's got the son on his team.
Cubcast Nemo has dropped out, so you don't need to worry about it anymore.
Yeah. Now you can come back in if you want.
Alex, your best take on who's calling to who's calling to Balin? Is anyone calling to Balin? Is he just like freaking hallucinating?
I don't think he's hallucinating. I think it is probably, you know, like most people, the options seem to be the son or the father, and I agree that, yeah, the fact that he's on the dark side, it seems like, you know, right now Balin is a very noble dark sider, you know, very honorable, and the son is kind of looking to corrupt that and pull him down a little bit. So that's my figuring, is that he's found his way back from death. I love Palpatine. Maybe this is where he's going to get it from. Actually, I take it back. Maybe it's Palpatine again. He's got another clone out here. Get rid of this one first. Then we bounce to
Sabaoth
everyone.
is calling him.
I would not to a Sabaoth. I still hope they
But
actually-
like the original one, like that's
Not
where
the
Outbound
clone.
Flight is. Yeah.
we found it. He's out here.
Thrawn goes, oh, that's my old buddy, Colin Balin. Like,
He goes like, "Hey, is my brother in there?"
Yeah, Thras is out there. We're like, you guys were on the same planet. You didn't run into each other. I know it's weird, right?
big place, big place.
Thras is like, have you met my brother? He's so irritating. Like, oh, you just hid. Okay, all right.
What
Just
about you,
yeah,
Chuck?
Thras and Ahsoka like, "Oh my God, Thrawn, right? I know."
You know, I feel like there is going to be a kind of a grand poobah of witches out there, and it's not going to be it's not going to be the mother, or it's not going to be Abeloth, but the witches, at least of Dathomir, they were really tied specifically to their planet, and considering how many of them are there's got to be something going on with that world itself. So maybe it's the world, or maybe it is another, like a grandmother Talzin.
The great mother instead of the great mothers.
Maybe Star Wars theories are right. Maybe it's Maul again. He's just tucked out of view.
I've never. I don't consume his content at all. I watched his reaction to the Ahsoka season finale because one of my buddies said it was funny. I've never seen someone get so disappointed on something so unlikely to happen in the middle of an episode where like he hit that like 30-minute run mark and he's like, they haven't brought Maul back. Like, and he just like his whole demeanor shifted for the rest of the episode when he realized it wasn't happening.
Did he really think that was going to happen?
He
was
during
super
the episode
convinced.
came up with the idea and convinced himself that in the finale they would just like snap their fingers and Maul would be there fighting them. Like, even though his body's on another planet, like.
My performance of him as, you know, the witches are casting their spell that is going to bring like the stormtroopers back to life, and he's literally going like, it's going to be Maul, it's going to be Maul, Maul's coming, here he comes, and then like a corpse gets up and he goes like, that's it. All right.
What?
Instantly deflated. It's crazy. He was so convinced for no reason at all.
Harith, is Theory off screen holding you hostage?
No, I was just doing the absolute cinema as a joke because I came into the about Palpatine returns, about Thras return memes, and I also heard Element in the Grapevine while editing talking about Aboleth again, and I do not want to edit another clip of Element talking about Aboleth because I've already done that once already this week. I don't
that
need to do a
was in
second one.
jest, you know it.
It was in jest, but you know I just fear Aboleth.
I gotta say though, maybe this is little self-aware, but I love what's happening with Dyad, where we have sort of a clubhouse thing going on the last couple of weeks.
That's
I
awesome.
totally appreciate you guys calling in. I love it, and it's like returning cast, recurring characters.
I'm the Kramer. Always just pops my head in.
But let's move on, unless everybody, unless Harith or Cubcast wanted to give their take or their updated take as to like where Ahsoka is coming into the season, who's calling
The
to
Hapes
Balin.
Consortium is out there.
Oh boy.
The Herpes Consortium?
Kino.
I will-
Absolute I would love it.
Kino Loy
You know, it's still, still swimming, guys.
swimming through space.
He's flying to another galaxy.
I learned how to swim.
I'm swimming across galaxies at this point.
I will say, I think we are going to get a version of Abeloth, but I don't want that. I hope it's not, but like, just I don't know if it's just everyone out there in the ether like that feels that there's a group that is like collectively willing it and believes that it's Abeloth, and I don't know if that's just sort of starting to infect me, where I'm like, yeah, it probably is, but like I don't want that.
I think a good chunk of that group also has no idea like what she actually was or read.
Well, that's the thing,
those
because
books.
every time I go on the internet and people talk about Abeloth, it's either a YouTube short or a TikTok, and it's got almost the AI generated voice. Did you know that there's the most powerful Star Wars thing in blah 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 blah? And they always use the same fan art picture of Abeloth, the one with the massive grin and all the teeth.
Yep.
That is a fan art thing. That is not an official image. There is literally, I think, 2 official images of Abeloth, and one of them is fucking hilarious. If you haven't seen it, please look it up.
Which is hilarious.
She
you
looks like
mentioned that
it looks like
specific
it looks
fan
like
art.
Lumpy Space Princess from Adventure Time.
Yeah.
I think I
It looks like in an
accidentally
anime.
used it.
It looks like in an anime when someone's like really tired and they're just like look all like weird.
Yeah, they turn them into full 2D. Like,
Yeah. Well, now I will say though, after having watched Maul, and we know, I mean, we know what George saw in Talon, right? And we get to see Devin, who's like a fully fledged, like a character with a personality and who's interesting and all this stuff. If they made Abeloth a real character, maybe.
yeah.
I think it could work. It would be one of
Well, then
those
that would
things
mean
where
it's not
like,
Abeloth, you know what I mean? Like
That's-
in the same
exactly
vein
what I
that
was
she's not
Precisely.
Talon. She's Devin.
Yeah, they could
so
they could just call her like the mother instead. Just get rid of
don't
the
put
Abeloth
that
name.
into the ether. I swear to God.
No, but that's what they're going to do if they do Abeloth. But I feel like
They're gonna say the Night Sisters named themselves after her, like how all the Night Sisters
Oh
are
my
mothers. They're gonna
yeah,
be like
like
it started with her.
yeah, but, like going back to what Cup
Too
says,
real.
like I feel like there's like 20% of the fandom who doesn't know who Abeloth is, that's just trying to will it into existence. There's another 20%, which is what I'm a part of, that's like, please just don't do it. And then there's 60% of the fandom that's going, what are you guys even talking about?
who?
Who is that?
Well, that's the thing that frustrates
Yeah.
me the most about the people that call out Abeloth is like they have no reason to. Right? First of all, the mother is not canon, doesn't exist. And they see the father and the son's like carved into the rock, or is it who's the father and son?
Father and son. The daughter's statue is there, but the head is fallen off.
It's yeah.
Right, and so you have no reason. There's like no pointing to a mother. Like
yeah,
it's
that would be
that's
ironic
the
if they
family
just kept
we're
making.
familiar with.
Same thing. There's the mural in Rebels. No indication of a fourth one. There's not like a blank space or like it's always just been those three.
Right, and there's like a scene with like everyone like misinterprets the scene with like the father like burying the daughter and being like, see, that's like the mother's casket.
I mean, we have the Mortis mural on Lothal. It is just the three of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like,
but who painted it?
Me.
Who's making all these murals?
My hope is with the Mortis stuff is I hope it's just like none of the three show up. Like I hope like they're misleading the audience the entire season of like, oh, the son's gonna show up, oh, the father's gonna show up, and then nobody shows up besides maybe.
I unfortunately fully believe Sam Witwer is showing up as the son.
It's just Mortis is just dead.
Bro,
what if they completely demystify it and they're like, no, these aren't gods. They're just powerful Force users who put themselves in this prison,
Exactly.
and this is where they came from.
I hope that's the direction.
I think that's what
it.
they're doing because I think people, since it has come out, have put more importance on those people than was intended. Like they say in the episode, my family is a group of Force users. They don't say like we're the first ones or like we influence everything or anything like that. That all comes from that nonsense they threw in with Abeloth in those books,
And
like the added stuff.
I hope it's like a plot twist in like the middle of the season, like episode 4 or 5. It's just like bam, you know, like there's nothing on Mortis. Balin's just kind of like going here hoping that this is the answer, and there's nothing.
Oh god, guys, you realize we're suggesting that they subvert expectations. We're in dangerous territory here.
Hear me
Oh my
out.
God.
Hear me out. What if Balin is the father?
I think that like
Reborn.
he does say the whole light and dark have been battling for so long. We need to stop the cycle. Like I see your vision with this. He does go neutral for like a minute when he's monologuing.
Think about the chronology of an entity that removes themselves from time and space.
Oh.
That would mean theoretically they could be encountered by any point of time and time,
But
including
I'm
Anakin.
curious-
So they're not even
Ahsoka.
there yet.
But like I'm
Exactly.
wait,
Yeah,
but the thing that
he's the one
confuses
that
me,
had his
I'm not trying to like poke holes in your theory, but I'm going to for a split second. When Balin starts going on about Order 66, he says he was like I was a child and I basically watched my master die and pretty much everyone around me.
No. This isn't
No.
me saying he was the father back then. He becomes the father by chasing this calling.
Oh, you're saying he
Yeah,
becomes
like
the
he's
father
the new
in
one.
the present.
And then when he removes himself from time and space, he exists outside of time and space. So when Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka encounter him, it is Balin. But that's Balin existing outside of time. That's not Balin back then.
The only reason I wouldn't like this is I don't think he says a single word to Ahsoka in that arc. And if they're the only two who have previously like interacted, like assuming like he used to be Balin, it would be weird if he just like
Well,
disregarded.
maybe that's why he's like, I don't want to tip my hat, knowing too much about Ahsoka.
She'll recognize my voice.
Yeah, because I don't think he. I think you're
Or
right,
no,
I don't think
no.
he's
But he
thinking
wouldn't know. He would have like that hasn't happened.
Oh, you're
yet.
saying like he loses? Well,
So like what he's if I'm not mistaken, what Pep is kind of saying is that maybe the convor stays with him in whatever happens, and then when he does have kids in the future that like follows around his daughter, and then in the future he sees Ahsoka and she dies, and he's like, oh. Yeah, we can't let that happen. That's kind of important to me being here. Wait, what?
He makes his own bootstrap paradox.
Yeah.
I would be curious how they would handle that because, like, obviously, not to piggyback off, like, obviously, sorry, we're gonna like combine conversations a little bit because, like, obviously, Element was on Pod Ones earlier this week, and you obviously heard Luke go on and on about his theory that he's had since 2023, since the finale of Ahsoka, that Obi-Wan's going to be in it in some form or fashion. I think that'd be a cool way to, if you're going that far into it. That's how you kind of include Anakin and Obi-Wan into the story.
True.
It's going to be Star Child from 2001:
I think-
Space Odyssey.
I think Obi-Wan is just the Occam's razor of like live action audiences have not seen the Mortis arc, and I think they'll just do a summarized flashback of it with you and Hayden and probably Ariana and Greenblatt again for Ahsoka.
Honestly,
And then I think Obi-Wan could be
Unironically,
also in
that'd be
it throughout as a Force Ghost alongside.
I
I'm
also,
gonna-
yeah, I think there's a good chance.
I'm
he
gonna
appears.
cover my bases and say this theory is batshit crazy, but like I could envision a future where Balin has tracked down this kind of statue of himself, like meta, right, and his family, and he does have a family in this other galaxy.
I dig it.
It's almost like an
Did you
absolute
guys-
point in time, and his son starts to go down the dark path, and he wants to prevent this. He wants to keep him in check. And if you remember in the episode, he says, "We had no choice but to remove ourselves from the temporal world." And so,
Sure. Stop the cycle of light and dark.
This
This
is
is what he's doing.
semi-connected. Did you guys see the Chilean? I think it was like, or it was a South American country's Disney Plus accidentally updated their Tales of the Jedi thing, and it showed new art, like implying they were doing another season.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to that. I always kind of wanted more Tales of the Jedi.
I hope they do Balin episodes.
Oh,
Is where I was
100%
trying to
Balin.
go.
That would
Yeah.
be sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
That'd
think
be cool,
three Balin and then like 3 Luke maybe would be a really cool.
I've always
split.
said like, because like Choco, I don't know if you remember this, but like before Tales of the Jedi came out, it's like I wanted these anthology stories to be connected. Like I don't want to just be in the prequel. Like I want to like I want all these anthologies to like linearly go into each other.
I mean, I feel like I wanted them to be a lot more connected to each other than they have been. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much potential. I mean, the very first one, exploring 2 former Jedis that left the Order but ended up taking wildly different paths after that. Like, there's so many parallels between them that you can explore that instead of what they did, which I didn't dislike. You know.
That's the thing. I want thematic ties between the two halves, not so much like a literal
Exactly.
like crossover.
I think
Yeah, well, that's
Jedi
what I
had
mean.
Jedi had thematic ties, but Underworld and Empire, the 2 stories, couldn't be less related to each other.
They could have had ties, though.
Yeah.
J. says, but didn't Balin mention how he knew Anakin, so how does he forget him in Clone Wars? No, what I'm proposing is he becomes the father. Like, through his pursuit of this mystery, he becomes this avatar. Like, obviously Balin at this current state isn't an immense force wielder, right? So there's something in this galaxy on Peridia there's something that he's chasing that could be a nexus, could be something to do with the Night Sisters, that kind of is this catalyst that brings change to him.
And I'm curious. I'm not
you know what it's
gonna
gonna be?
on the spot and like make you combine theories, but like again, flashing back to our discussion on Tuesday a little bit. You're very firm on like I don't think the World Between Worlds is showing up this season. Now with that put into place, do you think the likelihood of the World Between Worlds kind of goes up a little bit because Ahsoka kind of having to try to go back in time and try to prevent this event from happening?
I think that's their answer on how they get back to the main galaxy. Is World Between Worlds. I just can't imagine another route they would take.
They ride in an Exegorth as it travels through space.
Hell yeah.
What's the timeline on that, do you think? Like, how long in the second season, 8 episodes, how long do you think it'll be until they get back to the
last one?
The last one.
Do you think it'll be the whole season?
I think that you have the half on Peridia where it's like Ahsoka and Sabine chasing down Balin. You have the real mystical side of the Force stuff, and then the other half is like full on space battle, military. Yeah. You'll get some Dathomir. You'll get Ezra and like the Rebels crew reunited, facing against Thrawn again, and then at the end they bring them back to be in the movie.
Yeah,
to wrap it all up.
A big white Loth Wolf is going to walk up and it's going to sound like Freddie Prinze Jr. And they'll be like, what?
And then
it's
he's
like,
going to go. They're going to go into the ground.
I used to only say Doom, but I learned how to talk.
It's going to be Freddie Prinze Jr. They did like a facial scanning graph on Loth Wolf.
But
well, really quickly to Cubcast's point, I don't think that they would step on the toes of the last episode that quickly. With Ahsoka saying, Ezra's where he needs to be, where we need to be, and we move forward, right? And so that means like the next logical subsequent narrative is they're there to do something, right? So I don't think that they would immediately find a way back.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be immediate. I do think maybe episode 4 or 5. I'm not sure if I can see them doing a whole season with Ahsoka, Sabine, Baylan, and Shin in a whole other galaxy. I just feel like there needs to be a little bit more connective tissue to.
If the episodes are 20 minutes long, they're not going back at episode 5.
Well,
if it's like 30 to 40, maybe.
Well, like, again, I've said this for a while. I said it also again on Tuesday Star, just keep plugging that. But, because Element's going to hear this conversation basically twice. I honestly saw the first season of Ahsoka kind of like Fellowship of the Ring, where it's like, okay, we're forming this crew, we're kind of forming everyone together. And then, obviously it's different than the boat with like Sam and Frodo getting off and trying to go deal with the ring, but kind of similar like plot point with Baylan trying to ascend to Mortis. I see this kind of being like Two Towers, where we have these two plot lines that like seem separate but are connected somehow. Obviously Ezra is kind of the link in the story.
I'm with VGC. You say they won't step on the finale. They have almost exclusively stepped on their finales.
So yeah, I see this being like Two Towers, and like maybe they come back at the end of the season. But like I honestly see the Return of the King not being a TV show. I honestly see that being Filoni's movie.
I agree with that take.
So this is kind of like a trilogy within itself. Obviously, 2 seasons are TV shows, and then the final part of the trilogy is a movie.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if Dave will be able to resist the bait of the Thrawn movie, first 2 acts or whatever, and then it's the all is lost moment. Ahsoka shows up with an army of whales.
He's already in season 1 he figured out how to deal with those guys. He sets up mines and they just can't do anything. That's probably one of my favorite bits in season 1 is that like he immediately addressed the whole like Ezra could do this twice to me and just like got rid of it.
So you're saying Ahsoka goes into a mountain and finds a whole entire army of force wielders that used to follow the father, and the father did not free them from their duty, but they recognize the daughter's life force in her, and she compels them to come fight. And at the last moment, when the battle is going wrong, she jumps off of a Corsair ship with the army, and the army of force wielders just run through the field and disintegrate everything.
Everything you just described also applies to the Nogri in the. And then the person related to him shows up and is like.
But like,
hey, you're gonna go.
So what I need though is for there to be a scene where there is where like they brought in like Joris Sabaoth and he's like wrecking house, and then any force wielder stands up and they get knocked down and he's like, I can't be felled by any Jedi, and then Ahsoka takes off her helmet and she's like, I'm no Jedi.
Choco, you joke about Joris Sabaoth, but like let's be real, Baylan Skoll is your canon George Aberoff this one time.
I mean, I like all of these Lord of the Rings parallels, to be honest.
Yeah, I think although Baylan is very different, I think he is filling the role of like force person who worked with Thrawn. Like, it's the
I also
closest
think
really
he's
good
kind
at
of
that.
pseudo filling the role of Atreya too, who thinks they have like the truth of it.
Yeah, he's like a Atreya who's not like bitter yet.
Yeah, it's Atreya mixed with George Aberoff.
Yeah.
He comes to the answer and he's like, "This is the answer."
I just can't accept any version of Joris that's not insane. Who's like, I need Jedi babies.
Yeah.
Bring me Jedi babies.
Bring me Ben Solo.
His scenes with Thrawn are actually like pretty funny in those books. The contrast.
Like whatever happens this season could drive him mad.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Season 2 can drive him crazy.
All right, Mandalorian and Grogu. We're a week away. Does anybody have any updated views as to what they could see? Have they seen anything new? I have admittedly, and I'm sure Choco has, like, just avoided all things.
I've been on media blackout for like the last 2 weeks maybe, because the TV spots were coming fast and it was a lot of new footage, and I was like, nope, I've seen enough, I'm good, I'm just gonna hang back for a bit now. I will say I'm getting excited. I did a couple of videos with Alex, and we're excited for it. We're not like over the moon for it or anything, but like now that we're like a week away, I've got that excitement in me, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm actually really looking forward to this. Like I'm hoping it's going to be good. I'm hoping I have a fun time, but I'm not going to lie, I'm actually like getting pretty excited for it.
I mean, I'm hyped. I was gonna say it's a shame. We know several people who were at the premiere. If any of them were on, we could get like a first-hand review. Which can I say among this group, insanely jealous, unfathomably so. Like, God, that looks cool.
Absolutely envious.
I think most of the people coming out of the reviews are very like, it's like, do you guys care if I say like not spoilers, but like other people's opinions?
Just their thoughts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
most- I
under
feel like
embargo,
most-
so they wouldn't be able to say much.
Yeah.
Do spoilers. Yeah, most of what I'm hearing is people going like, it's fine. Like that. There's nobody I've seen who's been like, I was blown away, or like this this changes Star Wars or anything. I think,
Actually-
but I think that's kind of what you should expect.
I've
a little
heard
bit.
Actually,
from
surprisingly,
several people that it's very close to tonally Mando season 1, and it
Yeah.
kind
That's
of is a
good.
Mando season 1 type of adventure. That's what I've heard from several people.
what
that were at
what
the
I
premiere.
saw,
That's what I wanted. Oh, okay, I'm cool. I'm stoked.
what I saw surprisingly was from Grace Randolph.
I saw that one as well.
And she's typically
Oh,
like,
God.
very
I
negative.
can't stand Grace Randolph at the best of
But
times.
she was
I saw her TikTok though, and she was positive
yeah.
about it.
That's a bad sign. I was like, who's that again? I was like, oh.
Well, again, these aren't full thoughts, right? They're under embargo. She said that,
Yeah.
like, Matt, like, Din is a badass, and like the visual effects were stunning, right?
To
That's
be
good.
to be 100% fair as well, and this is not a slight at Grace, but she looked buzzed in that TikTok. I feel like she'd had some drinks or something. It was a bit awkward. There was a long millennial pause at both the start and end of that video. Like,
I do think that though, with all things being the same, her saying to go see it in IMAX because it is visually stunning kind of allays a bit of my concerns that this would just be TV show budget, like visual fidelity, and then it's a feature length story. But it seems to me from not only her but a couple of other kind of first impressions that I've seen that it truly is a movie like quality feature.
Yeah, because like I remember because I watched Codename Volcom's review on there as well. Because the only people I've listened to so far, opinions wise, is Ryan and Nick. Because I'm like these
Same.
two are the kind of like the people that like I trust the most of like kind of giving my opinions. Because a lot of people online right now are kind of giving into like what I kind of describe as like doom and gloom vibes, where it's like it's not anything bad they're saying. Like it's just kind of like, man, this isn't the Star Wars movie I wanted, so man, it's bad. Like that's kind of just like the vibes I'm getting from a lot of people, and I'm like, okay,
yeah.
but like
To be
going
fair,
into
it's the
it-
first movie we're getting of a new character, right?
Yeah.
True.
I literally have a TikTok in the drafts being like, hey, like this is the first Star Wars movie in 7 years. I have a lot of followers that are like new to Star Wars, who have never seen a Star Wars movie in the cinema, and I'm just like, just be prepared, because you are going to hear next week, irregardless of whether this movie is good or bad, this is the worst Star Wars movie ever. The box office is the worst Star Wars for a Star Wars movie ever. Like, it's got the lowest Rotten Tomato score for a Star Wars movie. Like, you are going to hear
I
so
heard
much
already,
negativity.
like, from film people being like, oh, Disney events with premieres are supposed to be generally positive, and people came out like mixed.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like,
This
I don't know,
movie
as-
personally went back in time and beat me as a child.
like, as someone that like consumes a lot of media with reviews and stuff, you can hand me the copy without sneaking around. Thank you so much, Darwin. Yeah.
I do think
Thank you, Darwin.
I do think that this movie has a chance to beat all of the odds, primarily because
agree.
I
I do.
think it survives it survives at minimum solely with the audience that it grabbed. The audience,
Which is a big audience.
The audience that became Star Wars fans on Mandalorian. Right?
I know that it also its budget is way lower than most Star Wars movies, so I think that like it has a good chance to make its money back. Like I think even just with free ticket sales, it was closing in on at least its budget, like without marketing involved and stuff.
I saw 140 as the budget. I think, unless I imagined that. And last tracking I saw, I think was at 110 for the opening weekend.
Yeah, which is a really good start for like, assuming it doesn't just like word of mouth get destroyed. But I think it'll go up.
But I'm not think it's near anything at the moment. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not in America, obviously, but is it Memorial Day weekend over there, or is that the weekend it's opening? Or?
Yes,
which
helps it a lot.
Which will give it that boost. I did a TikTok yesterday because I don't know if everyone remembers when the first tracking for this movie came out around the box office. 71 million or something like that before tickets went on sale, and everyone was like, oh, it's the lowest tracking for a Star Wars, it's not even going to open to Solo and stuff like that. And there was this big push of no one cares about Star Wars anymore, and the big thing that they were putting out there was this trailer got 13 million views, look at the Masters of the Universe trailer, it's nearly at 40 million views. And then the tracking for Masters of the Universe came out the other day, and it's at like 35 million, and Mando and Grogu was at 90, 100 million, 110. And I don't know, it's nice to see the narrative that people push crumble around them when reality hits. It's just
they're never
something I
correct about
enjoy.
it.
No,
that's exactly it, and I love seeing it happen. I love seeing people be confidently
I was going to say, it is also depressing to watch them squirm into a different narrative and pretend like they didn't say the thing they just said.
Yeah. Obviously, I've tempered my expectations of the box office, but like I've been saying this forever that like Mando and Grogu is going to smash at the box office because like, let's be real, there's not a lot of movies for kids at the moment outside of like Demon Hunters and like Minecraft, and like there's not a lot of movies that like parents would take their kids to.
Exactly.
But like Mando and Grogu fits that bill perfectly.
There's Star Wars fans, there's Disney adults with kids, there's the Mandalorian fans, and in all three sectors, no matter how much they overlap, makes a huge chunk of the box office. Right, and that's why we, even with how lambasted the sequels are, they all made billions of dollars. Right, and I know it was a different time back then, but I still think that this movie can at the very least hit 500 million.
Oh, I think 500 million is like a shoe in at this point. I think it'll hit like 300 million domestically when it's all said and done. Probably like 600, 700 million.
That's actually something I wanted to get from everyone. There's a YouTube channel I watch called Easy Allies. They do video game reviews, and every time a video game conference comes out, they do like betting specials where they try and predict what will happen, like how much something will be, or what games will be revealed. I want to get everyone's prediction for what you think the opening weekend will be and what the total worldwide gross will be. So opening weekend domestic.
Oh,
I want to I just want to, I'll keep it at domestic because I think that's where all the tracking is. Like worldwide tracking doesn't really exist.
Memorial Day weekend, I think domestically it has a good chance of hitting 180 to 200 million.
Domestic?
Yeah.
Or worldwide?
Domestic.
180?
Yeah.
Wow.
I would go like 100, personally. Probably like around 100, maybe 110, like with the Memorial Day into account.
I would say 90 million. I think it will make 80 million over that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think the extra 10 million boost will come on that Monday.
That Monday, yeah. That's kind of where I'm at, like 100 in the first days, and then maybe it'll get up to 110 from the Monday.
I'm gonna go with like $60. 70. That's my guess.
Just from the amount of tickets I already bought, you're good. You got
well,
it.
There we go. I'm guessing within a good range. I gotta be honest, I have none of the skills. I pay attention to box office only loosely, so like this would be a random number. $60 is as legitimate as any other number I could say.
I kind of feel like I'm in the
do
same
not
box because like I'm always like, did I like it? Because that's really all I care about. But look, just taking a look at what else is out there, right? Devil Wears Prada 2, Michael, Mortal Kombat 2, the Sheep Detectives, Obsession.
Hey, don't
Passenger.
sleep on Sheep Detectives.
Hey,
Great movie.
you know,
But
Super Mario Galaxy the movie might be a contender.
that's kind of winded down, right? That's been
That's
out
nearly,
for
I think
Yeah.
that's nearly
2
gone,
weeks.
yeah.
Project Hail Mary. You know, I feel like there's nothing that
It's
is
gonna be
going to
the
compete
newest
with
movie.
it at its exact. Yeah, it's going to be the newest movie, and I don't see anything that's competing in its slot
yeah
at all.
Masters
And
of
it's
the
a
Universe
holiday
is
weekend.
2 weeks later, I think, and
2
that's
weeks,
it.
yeah. June 4th,
Yeah.
I think.
I remember initially.
So I'm gonna give it a 130.
130. All right.
Yeah,
What do we
'cause I
get?
remember,
What do we get?
We get all that money.
We
So,
get a high five
so,
and a crisp handshake.
so we get
I'll,
Chris high five in Los
tell you what.
Angeles if one of us is right.
Is everyone here going to Star Wars Celebration?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, whoever gets closest, I will buy you a piece of art from the art show of your choice.
Oh damn.
Hey.
Okay.
Shoot. Well, maybe I should rethink $60. Hang on.
I literally have that written down as well. I literally have everyone million, and I've got Alex $60.
What do we think of my odds, fellas?
I mean, you could easily make it 60 million,
I'd still
or
be
just
pretty
change it
far.
completely.
Oh, also, Gage,
Committed.
if you
up?
wouldn't mind in the little chat here for this window, go ahead and put in your Star Wars ranking, as well as Nemo.
Get the updated.
Send
Oh,
it to
like
me. Yeah, I
like
feel like I'll
the
keep an
movie?
aggregate of
the order.
our guests.
Chuck,
Hell
you know
yeah,
what the fun
we'll
part about all
look
these
at
movie
it.
ranking things is when you come back next week and do Mando and Grogu. Obviously, you may give it a week or two. This ranking is gonna shift again.
Yep.
We'll be
That's
adding.
true.
My ranking is good. It's so weird. It's so bizarre.
I
It's not like absurdly bizarre, but based on the one that you guys did last week, where you, didn't mean to send it all at once. Well, you guys know my number one now.
Real Elf says, "I'm worried about the box office. If it does bad, we will never hear the end of it." The sequels did tremendously well in the box
And
office, and we still
Nemo,
never
if you're
hear
still in
the
the
end of
chat,
it.
you can send it to me on Discord.
Not to be the counter, like I'll counter that argument. I think Lucasfilm was entirely smart. Well, actually, not even Lucasfilm. I think this was a Disney call, to be honest. Whoever decided to make the call of like we're going to do Mando and Grogu, it was a safe play, because if it does well, congratulations. It was a low budget Star Wars movie in terms of like theatrical movie making in general, and if it doesn't do well, they'll put all their efforts into Starfighter. So it's like it's like a win-win situation no matter what happens.
Well, I mean, I'll say it again. The sequels made billions, and we still don't hear the end of it. So it doesn't really matter at this point.
That's the thing. If it performs badly, we'll never hear the end of it. If it performs well, they'll just change it to but it didn't perform as well as this one. Like
They'll just shift the goalposts.
they shift the goalposts
I
exactly.
understand
It's what they do
my-
every single
also obsessed
time.
with box office scores as well. I know we talked in a conversation with like
If
oh,
they
it's
don't
pretty
shift the
box office.
goalpost, they just don't say anything. Just like
No,
the
but,
Chud
like-
said that Superman wouldn't make 500 million, and it made close to 600, and they didn't say.
No, but like going back to like what I was just saying, like I don't understand Chud's obsession, or sorry, the grifters out there obsession with box office. Like every single time, it's like, cool. All I care about is did the movie make a profit? Are we getting a sequel?
Yeah.
Everything is the same to the Chuds. If it helps with their narrative, they're going to use it, and if it doesn't help, it doesn't count. It's the same with Rotten Tomatoes scoring. You can see it when they're like, "Oh, Acolyte's bad because of Rotten Tomatoes," and then when you point out the sequels are highly rated over the prequels, like, well, Rotten Tomatoes is just, it's just an aggregate, whatever.
And then you go to the sequel, like you go to like the Rotten Tomatoes audience reviews, and you go to the low end and just be like, I do that just for kicks sometimes, just to laugh. I go to Last Jedi 1-star audience reviews, and then I go to the critics and just like laugh at like the parallels.
Yeah, speaking of Gage, you're in dangerous territory. I can see what you were saying, that it's gonna contrast with the.
Yeah, I mean, my bottom 4 are interchangeable. Like, no difference between those bottom 4. But
What do we got?
This ranking's gonna change a lot, and I'm curious to see what the end result's gonna be.
Honestly, like, Last Jedi will leave out. That one's obviously controversial. Solo and Attack of the Clones interchangeable? That's crazy.
Maybe my bottom 3 are interchangeable. I will say this though, me going into Mando, my expectations for Mando are I want to like it more than Solo, and I don't dislike Solo. I think Solo is super fun, and I don't really have any problems with it. But that's kind of where I want Mando to kind of land.
I was thinking the exact same reference point, actually. Yeah.
I also
I'm
have
thinking the same
another good
reference
idea.
point, but not like, I want it to be better than Solo. I'm like, I expect it to be on par with Solo.
Yeah, like
I
around
love
there.
Solo. I'm a Solo defender as well.
I think Solo got way too much hate, especially given it's a miracle the movie came out as good as it was, considering it was like they fired the directors like a year before it came out.
Mm.
I also have another good idea with Cubcast being our official bookie. Why don't we all go on record predicting where this movie will rank for us? And I'll start.
Again.
I think this movie will be a solid 5 or 6. I'll be pleasantly surprised if it gets close to The Last Jedi and Empire Strikes Back for me, but I think that's where it's going to land for me on my rankings.
6 is where I put most like Star Wars novels, and I'd say that's about the par I hope for. You know, like the X-Wing books tend to hover around a 5. So like if I like this more than those, I will be very content.
Wait, Pep, did you mean 5 or 6 like out of 10, or 5 or 6 on your list?
Ranked 5 or 6.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I did think you meant out of 10 as maybe. It'll probably actually come close on that ranking to a 5 or a 6. I'm expecting better than like Phantom Menace and Clones. You know, better than the bad ones.
I'm thinking around 5 or 6 as well for me, because again, if it's better than Revenge of the Sith, I'll be happy, because I don't think Revenge of the Sith is all that great.
You know what's
It's not
hilarious?
bad. It's just
Cupco's, you and I are thinking the same thing too. I'm projecting it to be around like 7 or 6.
That's the thing. I'm looking at the aggregate list that we did, which if anyone wants a refresher of, which was first is Empire, second Return of the Jedi, third The Last Jedi, fourth A New Hope, fifth Rogue One, sixth Revenge of the Sith, seventh The Force Awakens, 8 Solo, 9 Phantom Menace, 10 Attack of the Clones, and 11 Rise of Skywalker.
Okay, I do feel good about 5 or 6 then.
My list isn't super different from your guys. Never mind. There's like
if that can hit right around the middle there, I think I would be fine with that.
Yeah.
Gage, where do you think it's going to land on your ranking?
I think I with most of these movies, I rip the nostalgia goggles off and snap them in half. Like Revenge of the Sith, I think if I allowed nostalgia to hit, would have it at 1. Phantom Menace is the only nostalgia goggle, because it was my first Star Wars movie, that it slips higher than it should. And I think it's going to be hard for Mando to beat that one. So I'm going to put it at like probably 7.
Okay.
Is my guess. I think it'll be Force Awakens, but...
What do you think, Choco?
I'm busy.
Choco's cooking over here. Let him cook.
Oh, he's
Tell you what,
yeah.
there is a movie that I was thinking of this week, and I'm like, if Mandalorian and Grogu, and if I can come out comparing it to this movie, I think I'll be happy. And the movie is a continuation of a TV show, and it got a movie that I didn't think that we needed. I didn't think it was necessary. I watched it, I really liked it, but at the end of it, I still didn't think it was super necessary. If I can come out and compare it to that movie, I will be okay with that. Does anyone know what movie I'm thinking of?
Serenity?
I was also thinking
No, that is a good guess, though. I fucking love Serenity. TV show, it had a movie I will say it. I'll say movie because it was streaming.
Shot in the
It-
Dark.
Punisher.
Shot in the
Oh,
Dark.
it was streaming.
It's the Peaky Blinders movie.
No.
Oh, I thought that was a good Shot in the Dark
TV
answer.
show that ended in a movie.
I do say movie. I actually don't know if it was actually presented as a movie. It may have just been one really long episode. So I could potentially.
Oh,
You
it's
said
El
it's
Camino.
streaming, so it's
El Camino. Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I gotta say, I gotta go to the archive redacted. I completely.
Oh
blanked
yeah, there
El
you go in
Camino
the
from
chat.
my
Yeah,
mind.
that's the thing because I watched El Camino and I was like, I didn't need this movie. I thought that the end of Breaking Bad finish in the series was fine, perfect. I didn't need anything else. I watched El Camino and I was like, that was really great. I really enjoyed that, but I still didn't need it. At the end of the day, I was just like, I still didn't need this story. Happy we got it, but I didn't need it. If I can feel,
I
the
was
same
thinking
about
Toy
Mando
Story
Grogu-
4.
No, but
Oh, okay.
no, but I do.
I never
not to
even
turn
watched
this,
that.
Not to turn this into El Camino discussion, but like, no, I agree. Like, I felt like I enjoyed El Camino. I thought it was a fine story, but like, I had more fun because I watched Breaking Bad in like 2017, 2018, like trying to speculate in my mind, like, oh, what happened to Jesse? Like, I think that was more fun, and then whatever the movie was.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. So yeah, if I can come away from this thinking it's like that, I'm cool with that.
Fingers
And, like,
crossed.
But like, I also feel like that's going to be in a better spot than El Camino because El Camino is more like trying to be an epilogue to Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
While this is just
Yeah.
kind of like, here's another adventure with Mando and Grogu. We may get another season, we may not. If we don't get another season, they'll just show up in Filoni's movie.
This movie has the weirdest amount of like pressure and no pressure at the same time I've ever seen on a Star Wars project.
I know
where, like,
exactly
it's-
what you mean.
it's like the return to theaters, so you want this thing to make good money so they can go, hey, let's keep making movies. But then also, it was announced out of nowhere after their actual slate of movies they were working on, and it's not even a season 4 adaptation. It's just, and it doesn't conclude Mando either. It's literally like just a Mando movie.
Yeah.
So it's like its place in the universe is probably very unimportant, but like to Star Wars, it's getting a lot of pressure. Would it need?
Yeah.
But like otherwise, it would be on Starfighter, I guess, which I think would have a better.
I think it's.
But
I think internally, this is just my guess. I think Lucasfilm's putting importance on it because I think they're trying to market this movie to people that have not seen The Mandalorian. So when they go see Filoni's movie, they can just jump straight from Mando and Grogu to Heir to the Empire or whatever they're going to call it without skipping a beat. And so, like, if you're like doing a Star Wars watch through, like, sure, you can watch Mando season 1, 2, and 3, and if they do a season 4, you can watch season 4. But at the same time, you could just watch Mando and Grogu, go straight to Filoni's movie. Because it's just for the film
That's
audience.
a good point. Probably true.
It's one of those things where like Gage just said, it's like there's so much pressure on it, but there's no pressure on it. Like for me personally, if I go and see this movie next week and I don't like it, my life changes exactly zero.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't, like, I'm not going to just suddenly throw out my Mandalorian cosplay that I'm working on. Like it doesn't matter. Like if it's good, awesome. If it's bad, oh well, I'll catch the next one. You know,
I mean,
true.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing to me. It doesn't matter. I mean, like this show, this movie, from what I'm gathering and from what I expect, is like there are certain like episodes of The Mandalorian that I absolutely loved, and they're usually the longer ones because it can actually build the narrative for this little singular adventure. And I just want that, but more, so that I can, so it fills in the little holes, right? So it doesn't have to move at a breakneck speed, or tell like a ridiculously simple story that feels like it's a video game side quest waiting for like your actual story, you know? And so as long as it does that, then it succeeds.
yeah,
There we go.
That's really the thing. I wish it was a bit more El Camino.
Right, and it's like Jon Favreau has already gone on record saying like the season 4 like scripts are just sitting to the side, ready to be used if they do eventually do it. So it's like he basically just started from scratch entirely. He's like, how do I think this for movie audiences that have never seen The Mandalorian, or people that are coming into this, maybe they've seen season 1 or just season 2.
yeah. I think it's a safe one naturally. Like you pick instead of it all having to ride on Starfighter, which is essentially like new time period, all new characters. this one is like a return to theaters, but it's off the show that is probably the most popular show they've made. I would say by like a decent margin. So it's like most people even like have casually seen Mandalorian and can then just go watch the movie without being in the nitty gritty of it.
Yeah, I can't wait for people to be like, "Where's Grogu? I thought he was with Luke," and you just be like, "Somehow Grogu returned to us."
Yeah.
This movie is definitely. I think it's safe to say this movie will make money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if it finishes up around 400 to 500, I think that can be considered a success. I know some people will try to make that not be a success, but I think that's fine.
In today's movie market, that's good. Yeah. I mean,
That's
like we had a Superman movie launching a universe, not crack $1 billion. Like, that's just like crazy to think about compared to what everything used to be.
Yeah, that's another thing I would really want to make sure is understood is like we're just in a different.
Oh.
Different universe.
Choco, do you want to go talk to Bale and Skull? What the hell?
No, I was trying to disconnect his screen share.
Oh, and you kicked him?
They got Choco.
I was like, I was confused. No, but like, again, the most watched thing ever was the finale of MASH, and nothing will ever touch that. Why? Because at the time there was like 12 channels, and that's it, and that was just the most popular thing. Now that we have streaming, and now that a lot of really popular things come to streaming at the same time as they go to the theaters, and now that television, TV technology and sound system technology has reached an all-time high, and now that COVID was a thing and people realize they can live without going to the movies, we can't expect the same anything anymore. We are in a new time period. Anyone who's comparing these things to the past, it's dumb. We're not going to hit that not for a very long time. Movie theaters are fighting for their existence.
Yeah, they're selling 15 versions of a popcorn bucket now just to keep the doors open.
Yeah.
Also,
I used to. Sorry, go ahead, Harris.
No, sorry. I feel like I've been talking a lot, but I'll just say it so quickly. Like, I feel like while there's technically no pressure on this movie, my kind of fear is I feel like a lot of the general audience is just gonna go, I'll just wait for it to go on Disney Plus. When from
Which is what they're doing for
everyone in
everything
Purdue
else.
was at the premiere, like this is a movie you should go see in the theaters like as soon as you possibly can.
Putting it on IMAX was a good move. It shows they have confidence in the visuals. Like, it's the first Star Wars movie that's been on that. Or I guess Force Awakens had shots. That were
Force
IMAX.
Awakens had like the Millennium Falcon sequence on Jakku, and then I don't think anything else had because I remember seeing Rogue One and a true IMAX theater. I didn't really have anything.
Yeah.
With that said, it's time for Guess That.
Hey.
Is everyone ready for the Small Shadow Lord trivia quiz?
Yes.
I have one yes. That wasn't a rhetorical question.
I'm ready.
I've never been more ready in my life.
Can you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a little fuzzy, so if I lose, that's why. But if I win, that's just a testament to my powers.
I mean, you kind of just have to lean on your ability to raise your hand.
I will.
Choco, we're gonna go alternating, or are you still busy?
Yeah, we can go alternating.
Remember, folks, all questions are Maul Shadow Lord. Okay, that includes the book and the comic. I'm just kidding.
From Maul, Son of Death. I'm kidding.
Monsters in the chat, let us know if you're ready for this trivia quiz. Obviously, we're operating on the honor code. Don't look at the chat for the answers, even though Nemo's going to be wrong. All right. Choco, why don't you head us off with the first question?
On what planet does Maul Shadow Lord take place?
Cubcos.
What?
Fine.
I kept wanting to see the Ahsoka ones.
Janix?
He's right.
That's correct.
I've-
All right.
God, I feel like all of us just blanked on that one.
I was like, whoa.
I kept wanting to see
I mean,
the
honor system, but I did technically raise my hand first.
Oh, sorry.
Oh wait. Okay, so this thing doesn't count. You
Good
gotta-
dunk.
You need more.
Yeah, I thought you were just styling. He was like, oh.
All right, let me,
Okay.
let me get a scoreboard going. All right, Cubcos with 1. Red 6 down gets it right. KG got it right. Shark Hornet got it right. Nemo said Nar Shaddaa. See,
Similar.
I told you he was gonna be wrong.
Is he watching the Mandalorian Grogu movie or is he watching Maul Shadow?
Next,
That one's not either. Have you heard?
next question.
It's not Nar Shaddaa.
What is Two Boots' droid designation? Oh,
I saw Cubcos first.
Yeah, Cupcos was first.
2-B0T.
I actually don't know where the dash is. I just assumed where it was, so...
What was it again?
What did I say?
He
I think
said,
I said
2B0T.
2-B0T. I think that's what I said.
Oh, okay. So are we saying the dash is just kind of like a...
Who knows? If it's
there a
2B0T, let him have it.
listen,
say
I
it.
accept
Right,
it. We accept it. We accept it.
Okay, that's correct.
2B dash.
Dash 0T. Right.
All right. Cubcos has 2. Nemo got it right. Wait, we have to use dashes? They do have dashes, but we would have accepted all forms of two boots or two bot. All right, next question.
What is the name of Rena Soul's casino?
Oh,
Cubcos.
I full on cheated on this because I was taking notes while watching the episodes, and I had to look it up on Wikipedia. And now I can't remember the correct order of it. I think it's called The Mark and the Claim.
Okay.
nice.
Dang.
Cubcos got
Was
3.
it in Orabesh? Like, is that where, like, or where do they say it? They don't say it.
I don't think they say it. That's because I had to go and look it up.
It is in
on
Orbesh.
Wikipedia. I
Okay.
think it was in Orbesh, yeah.
Okay. I mean, we have a lot of questions, so don't worry. Plenty to go around.
I only rewatched the first 2 episodes, if that makes anyone feel better. So everything going forward, no, I'm out.
KG said, I've only watched this show once. Same.
It's here. You got us covered.
All right, next question. According to Master
According-
Daki. Did you read the last one?
I did, yeah.
According to Master Daki, what could they always rely on?
Gage.
Kindness of strangers.
That's 1. Or, I mean, I'll accept it.
Okay.
That's 1 for Gage. The kindness of others.
Gage was doing a little streetcar named Desire. Right?
Very similar projects.
That's Gage as well.
First brother.
Say that again?
The first brother.
That is correct.
All right. 3 for Cubcos, 2 for Gage. Alex and Harith, come on now.
There was some controversy about that, but yes, officially
Yep.
the first brother.
All right, Choco.
Because you'd think
read
the
next
Grand
one.
Inquisitor.
What sport does Lawson's son Riley play?
Oof.
Lacrosse.
We will
Space
accept. We will accept Rabussi.
He says it to Devin, but I don't.
Space lacrosse.
Shout out to
Lacrosse
KG.
the Stars.
Gage.
Gage?
What is Bowden?
Close. That's all I'll
Oh.
give you guys. Harith.
What is Bodakin?
That's correct.
Dang.
Bodacan.
Harith is on the ball with one.
I was gonna say Blurn's Ball. What is Blurn's Ball from?
Blur's Ball is from Futurama.
Thank you. Oh my god. I know it's not right, but that's all I can think of.
That's our. I feel like they always say grab
shout out to
ball.
KG in the chat. Bodakin is right, and you did spell it right.
Also, shout out to Futurama.
Hell yeah.
Next question. Which leg is constantly malfunctioning and further damaged by Daki? Who was that?
That was.
I think it was Alex.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was me. I believe it was his right leg.
That's correct.
Man,
Alex
y'all are
on the
obsessed
board.
with legs
Hell
and
yeah.
arms. You're like, in what frame is this person holding this lightsaber in which arm?
The next
My
question
other
is
trivia
an
squad, I
emoji
know that.
puzzle. I'm just kidding.
Oh god.
I can probably get that. I can thrive on that.
All right, Choco.
What species is Ludi Vario?
I wish you'd ask the other one. The other crime guy.
It wasn't he Dewooten? Or am I misremembering him?
No, he is a very fat.
Orders of
I'll say that
Cocos?
He is the same as Latz Tyrell,
Yep.
which is an Alina.
That's correct.
Nice.
I remember the A.
Pour one out for Latz Tyrell and George Lucas doing the worst extended edition I've ever seen. Giving him a family on the sidelines.
Oh yeah, they
Wife
did do
just
that.
got out of the
Explicitly to
hospital.
watch him die.
I will say, for solidarity, Alex, Dewooten's are orders of magnitude bigger than Vario.
Oh no,
No, he was
Mario.
talking.
The other dude.
He was talking
guy.
about
Yeah. Demos.
I can only vaguely
Oh,
remember him. I remember he was big.
Gotcha.
And Vario would be a hilarious one to think. He's just a shrimpy Dewooten. They come out small sometimes.
He didn't drink enough milk growing up.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Rookcast warns Maul that the Mandalorian mercenaries' loyalty was based on the blank, blank, blank. This is an exact quote question.
Alex.
I'm a little shooting in the dark, but was it the Code of Honor?
That is incorrect. Harith?
Like the promise of credits.
Incorrect. Monsters in the chat, you guys are close. Again, this
Money,
is
honey.
This is a direct quote.
A lot of people around. Yeah, the vague terms.
Newborn baby. I assume that was for the previous comments.
On the promise of newborn baby.
It's something financial.
All right, 5 seconds until we reveal the answer. And you guys are gonna shake your heads.
What is it? The consistency of? Oh, sorry.
Gage.
Finance of credits? I have no idea. It's of credits or something like that, but
It is the flow of credits.
Maul is obsessed with flow, so that does make sense.
All right, next question.
What are the names of the Zabrak brothers who were in service of Maul? Cupcos was born with his hand up.
Because they were so underdeveloped, it annoys the shit out of me. Scorn and Icarus.
I knew Icarus. I did not.
That's correct. Cupcos in the lead with 5 points.
Hell yeah, man.
They show up
shout
at the
out to
end of
KG.
issue 2 of the comic.
Nemo says Scorch and Icarus. That is incorrect.
It's close. Rest in peace, Scorch.
And then he says Scrawn, not Scorch.
Scrawn.
Bronze new brother.
All right, next question. What is Maul and his crew doing when we first see them in episode 1?
Gage.
Stealing a protocol droid? I don't know how to describe that.
Choco?
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Harith was up next.
Or farming.
Points?
Not
I'll
wrong.
give you a
It's not
point for
wrong.
that, but it's incorrect.
I know I'm incorrect, but I had to say it.
Alex?
Weren't they performing like a bank heist? I thought they were stealing credits.
That's correct. They did take a protocol droid at the end, but they were using him as a body shield. they weren't.
I thought the protocol droid was the goal though.
It was still it was a bank heist. Is that?
Okay.
Is what they
I
were
mean,
doing.
I'm mad at myself for not.
Because
getting-
Lawson points out that they left the credits on purpose, where he's like, "Why didn't they take any?" And then it's like they only took a droid. Like he makes like note of that.
I mean, I'm mad at myself for not
They
getting.
took
it
some
because-
credits though, didn't they?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because like the opening sequence is so like ripped out of the Dark Knight, with that being Revelation scene too.
Oh yeah, that's a good pull. Actually, yeah.
What do you think, Choco?
Is Maul the bus driver?
VGC says they did
Pretty
take.
much.
I'll have to re-review it, but it was called in as a bank heist.
That's
For
true.
a
Yeah.
certainty.
Yeah.
Schrodinger's point.
All right, next question. Choco.
How does the stranger respond when Daki asks, "Would you be so kind?"
I think that was Cub Cos.
It was.
A chuta.
Oh, right.
Choco?
That is
That is
correct.
what he says. Yeah.
All
Classic.
right, 6 points to Cub Cos.
How rude.
Is that our first fake Star Wars curse word?
Did anyone else there think that he meant Kaimi from the Acolyte for just a second there? Because that's what my
For a
brain
second,
went.
yeah. That's why I
Right.
didn't. That's why I didn't start asking the question. It's like that's not my question.
Naki is old enough to maybe have met him, so
That's true.
All right, let's see here. KG got it correct. Nice. All right, next question. What stops Maul's crew while trying to escape after breaking Vario and Devin out of custody?
Gage.
is a question about the question really quick. Are you referring to like after they've already broken Devin out of custody? Or are you referring to like during that sequence before they reach Devin? Because two boots
While trying to escape.
while trying to escape, like afterward. Two boots and lost.
It's funny because I asked a similar question, and I don't know if this is my question reworded or if this is.
It's your question reworded.
I'll say two boots and Lawson.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then you took some important words out of my question.
What did I take out?
What? Oh, what stops Maul's crew, not who?
Give me one quick second here. Where is it?
Via
So
speeders?
so my question was: Maul and his crew are making a daring escape via speeders after breaking Vario and Devin out of police custody. What stops them?
Someone else can answer. Whoever.
Okay, because
saw
I didn't know.
someone say
I
it.
didn't know if
Yeah,
it was
go
like
for
a
it, go for
situation
it.
of like Ryan's, where it's like
Yeah.
if I get more specific to the answer.
Yeah, go for it.
Right?
Harith?
Well, specifically, it's Lawson's crew using stun blasters while Devin is trying to actively break out of control. So I would say stun blasters primarily used by Lawson's crew.
That's incorrect.
Oh,
Gage?
is Docky a what?
Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I
Docky.
feel like
Okay.
an idiot because I was like so hyper focused them in the
In the I was so focused on them in the police station that I was like, wait a minute.
And that's why it was the wording that I wanted to check, because I was trying to say it was they were in speeders, making their escape.
To be fair, also Daki is not a what, but the answer is a what.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
so
true.
we'll accept that, but the answer is
Daki's standing.
Yeah. Car.
Yeah.
Right.
He does a superhero landing.
Now that's aura farming.
All right, next question. Which was Choco.
Gage. How does Two Boots refer to Rena Soul?
Deviant connections.
That's correct.
I was gonna guess that's the most interesting one of the three.
All right, Gage is catching up. Nemo says all of the above. All right. According to Maul, what does Devin truly crave? Alex.
Vengeance?
Incorrect. Gage.
Power?
Incorrect. Harith.
Think
Revenge.
earlier in the series.
What did you say, Harith?
Revenge.
Incorrect. I do believe this is partly direct quote as well. Cub calls.
Yeah.
Taco Bell?
Oh wait.
You can go,
Gage?
Harith. Harith hasn't gone yet. He can go.
No, I already went, but I
Oh,
if you got
I'll
it,
go,
there we go.
Chaos.
Incorrect. Harith.
Isn't it technically? This is gonna sound weird because isn't it freedom to basically act like how she wants to? Because like Ball is pretty much going on about like how like the Empire is like, shackling her ability to
Incorrect.
act.
I mean, you're on the right track, but your answer is incorrect.
All right. No other guesses? Last minute? No. Okay. The answer is unfulfilled destiny.
So she doesn't get to revenge until the very end,
Yeah,
and they didn't talk about that then.
All right. Next question. Nah, that's freedom, bro. Trust. All right, Choco.
Who does Maul place in charge of the Pikes after he kills their leader? Ain't no way anyone's getting this. Ain't no way.
This is Choco's Night of 1,000 Tears emojis.
Gage?
Krim.
Goddamn.
Oh my god.
No, that's incorrect.
Oh.
Crim's
What?
Crim's the one that dies.
Oh shoot! You're right. No, there's no way we remember the random duty points too. There's no way.
I mean, throw out some guesses.
Jonathan?
Is it a name?
It is a name. I thought it was
Okay.
Krim as well. There's another guy. Is it Salt? Or something like that?
Oh.
I don't know. Do you want to just give it to
I'm
him?
close, aren't I? I can't. It's Alt something. I can't remember. Colt?
I'll accept it because of his accent. He could be saying.
Oh, it's
No.
It's like K-A-L-T.
Yeah, it's called.
Yeah.
Colt. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was the accent.
Yeah.
The accent. Yeah.
Trust.
As soon as you said Colt, I was like, oh, I remember.
All right. So you guys did get it. With the help of Dollary Days. All right. Next question. Officer Snaps is introduced as the Empire is called to intervene. What is his title and name?
I feel so bad because I'm about to like, give someone a partial answer. I'm gonna say Lieutenant is like his title, but I forget what his actual first name is.
Yeah, but that ain't an answer. I remembered his rank too, but yeah.
Thank God.
Sorry, who the fuck is Officer Snaps? What?
So we always just refer to him because he walks in, the Imperial officer who shows up to run the precinct.
The lead Imperial.
Oh, okay. Those dudes are not up to standard.
Cub.
We just. Go
I
ahead.
thought that was an actual character name. That's why I was like, I missed a big chunk of this.
I thought
show
it was like
somewhere.
one of the people in the in the police station. Like there was a secondary character.
No, I immediately clocked it was.
Guys, you
the
gotta
hero.
buy in on our gags. You gotta watch our reactions.
I get it now. Oh yeah.
Cub
Yeah,
Ghost.
good.
Is it Lieutenant Blake?
That's
It is.
correct.
Okay.
I knew it was somebody.
I like the guess, but
Like
you know-
I made Pep rewind. I was like, hold on. Can we see that snap again? Because it was a little wilder than it wasn't a regular snap.
He does it great, right?
Like I said, I feel bad because I get partial credit because I was like Lieutenant and Club was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
I like
I actually
Nemo's
thought it
guess
was-
there is Lieutenant Diane.
Now that would be a different operation.
I actually got confused. I thought the lieutenant was. I thought he was the same one from the Bad Batch that
Rampart?
Crosshair kills at the outpost.
Oh, he sounds very similar to that guy.
Yeah, I thought it was the same guy, and I was like, oh, maybe this guy screws up and gets transferred out there or something. But it's different character.
Okay, next question, Choco. Oops.
Oh dear.
Well, bud, we know the answer.
I'm feeling good.
Hold on, now we have to guess. Now we have to guess the.
No,
we have to guess the
this
question.
this question, you have to ask the question to this.
God, Jeopardy. What is?
What did
Also, just pointing out,
What
I
did
think-
Master Daki recommend Devin do when caught stealing?
Incorrect.
What is?
Also,
what
it's not a quote.
What does
Oh.
Maul suggest to Lawson's crew when, like, pretty much letting him just roam freely? Just comply.
No, that's incorrect.
What does Riley's mom suggest he do with the Empire?
That is correct.
Oh God damn.
Alex
Hey.
gets the point. I'm hoping the next question is actually correctly in place.
Also, sorry, just want to point out, Alex has disappeared from the scene up above.
Oh, yeah.
floating heads.
Oh, I have. I've
Oh,
been the
you
shadow
have.
man behind the scenes.
All right.
I return.
Yep. No, I get your name
Go
wrong.
ahead, Choco.
On what planet did Lawson and Rena save each other, becoming close friends?
Cubcon?
Hey, so
Go ahead.
Shit, no, that's the wrong planet.
shit. No, it's not a planet that I know of.
You never been to shit now?
I love shit.
Look at Boba Fett.
Catalor. Catalor?
That is right.
That's
That is right. I nearly said Tanalor. And
That's what I got caught up on too. 'cause I was like,
Tandalore ain't theirs.
All right. I think Cub Ghost might be in running away here with
so.
this one. Next question. The strongest metal is blank, 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 blank.
Also, thank you so much, Zelda Vet. It was nice to see you.
Strongest metal.
Gage.
Gage.
or
So this is a quote.
that which is tempered.
I like where your
That's
head's at
not
according to the
correct.
blanks, but that's incorrect. Nemo also, made of pure Beskar, does fit the blanks, but is incorrect as well.
I would be accurate.
Strongest
Alex.
Alex.
I remember this. It's a Rogue One callback. It's made of Kyber, if I recall correctly. The strongest stars have parts of Kyber. There we go.
It's the correct quote from Rogue One, but it's
Yeah, it's something that Maul says to Rook as they're talking about collecting Devon.
final guesses. The answer is forged at the Crucible.
I was gonna say like something about like it being tempered, because he's saying that, she needs to be tested.
See, that was one that I thought would be an easy one, just because I thought that was a badass line. I just liked it.
Maul's full of those though.
All right, Choco, next question.
What is the number of the Inquisitor Crow?
I think
That's
I was first.
I saw three hands go up at the same time.
I think I was
I
first.
think I was first.
I was reading. I didn't see nothing.
Are you?
I saw everyone go up at the same time. I'm sorry.
I think I was the fastest.
All three of us say the answer on 3, and then we all 3 get points if we're right.
Yes,
So we do that.
I agree with
Go
that.
ahead. Go ahead.
That's
Go ahead.
fair.
Someone give us a countdown.
Everyone ready? 3, 2, 1.
11th brother.
That's incorrect.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
The way that everyone put their hands up.
Just imagine.
That was great.
I just imagine if that was actually like the case. You're like, oh, 3, 2, 1, 11, brother. I'm like, no, that's not it.
If we all got the same wrong answer, what are we saying?
Well, I kept seeing people refer to him as the 6th brother. And I'm like, he's
Well,
that's-
because of
that's
that,
not-
because Lucasfilm didn't know how to handle a simple retelling of a story, and they were like, let's make him his own character instead and muddle it entirely.
And then basically the
Right,
same
he's
story
the-
happens twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when Dave did an
So
interview
stupid.
right after Tales of the Jedi and literally said, this is the outline from the book, I'm just retelling it. And then
Yeah.
they were like,
Now, to
nope,
be
separate
fair,
thing.
the same story has been told countless times. It's a Jedi
If I
hunter
told you
hunting-
what I did yesterday and the day before yesterday, it's the same story.
Like the idea that
But
like
if you
Ahsoka-
killed a guy who was very similar on both days, that I would start to question.
I mean,
Well, no,
the
I'm
fact that
saying
Ahsoka-
You don't know my life.
I mean, the fact that Ahsoka ended up on a farm planet, an Inquisitor showed up, and then you killed it with a lightsaber
well,
with
that's
her
the
bare
thing.
hands,
If
and
you
then Bail Organa showed up at the exact same time. That's very oddly convenient.
If you distill
Well,
it down
but that's
to
but
its
that's
ideas,
actually not how it happened, though.
If you distill it down to its ideas, this is a tale as old as Order 66. Jedi Hunter shows up, Survivor kills the Jedi Hunter, and they go on.
Well-
What is the Jedi doing while they're surviving? Probably farming, or probably slicing up sand whale meat.
And in Ahsoka, she was a mechanic.
That's
that lived
true.
in town. And she had actually left and met up with Bail on accident while sneaking aboard a ship.
Sam talked
Like,
about
they're-
like this is to him, particularly from Dave. He was quoting that like these are stories around a campfire, and so like you've just heard a different version of that story at the campfire
Yeah.
where someone got into a lot more detail, and so like the idea is that it's the same event just being depicted wrong by one person, I guess.
And like in my mind, obviously they're two different events and they happen at the same time. According to canon, like I like the first half of Tales of the Jedi, like all the like Padme funeral stuff, but the actual like depiction of like Ahsoka fighting the Inquisitor, I prefer the Ahsoka novel and the encounters of
I
Bail.
agree with that.
Yeah. Also, Ahsoka doesn't strike down the 6th brother. She detonates his
Yeah, she
saber
like she
in his face.
links to the crystals and blows them up, or blows the saber up.
Yeah.
All right, next question. What does Maul promise to his younger self? That was Alex.
Alex.
It's I won't let him do this to anyone else.
That is
I hope I'm
incorrect.
phrasing
That
that.
is correct, yeah.
I was about to say.
I was like,
I was
hope
like,
didn't
that's
go
exactly
really
how I
well.
remembered it. Okay.
I was like, I wonder if they're asking for the first part. What does he promise to his younger self? I hate you.
Blackwater. That's just the answer.
All right, Choco.
What lesson about fear does Devin give to Riley? Gage.
That you can't let it control your actions.
That's correct.
Very Jedi.
Okay. 10, 6,
Devin,
5, 2.
I don't know if it's a hot take. I actually think Devin's a better Jedi than Docky is.
I freaking love Devin. I don't want her to. I want her to come back to the light immediately.
I think she is the. There's a lot of times where Daki will create problems for people and want to leave, while Devin is like, no, we got them into this. We have to help them. I think that's more Jedi-like.
I mean,
I agree.
Gage, Daki's just acting like prequel Jedi in that era.
Yeah.
I think
That's. I mean, to an extent, yeah, he is.
so. I'm still on Team Daki, but I think it's forest versus the trees. You know what I mean? Like, very first thing, Daki's like, don't steal anything. First thing she does, she goes to steal something. She gets caught. Now the authorities are looking for them, and then now this whole thing starts. Whereas, like, if you listen to Daki, then the Empire doesn't come and terrorize this whole city. Now you listen to Devin, you help people. I feel like you help people on the micro scale, but you cause more issues on the macro scale. I'm not saying one's right or the other's wrong.
It's interesting.
As I described, Devin, it's an Ahsoka that never left the Jedi Order.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, she'd end up right there.
Which is why I
Or
love
dead.
her. Okay. Who is the only one to land a solid hit on Darth Vader? I think that was Cos, right?
It was between him and Alex, I feel.
He's
Do you
got
guys
so
want to
many
roll a
points.
d20? Or do you guys want to do a 3-2-1?
Rock, paper, scissors. Let's do it.
All right, ready?
Rock, paper, scissors. Ha Get dunked. It was Master Daki.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. I'm catching up on you now. That rock's gonna be the first that starts the avalanche.
Okay.
How many questions are left? Is it
Calm down,
possible?
Andor.
I think we have one question left, and then the question that was supposed to be with comply. So we'll see what this one is. Okay. Choco?
Before acting as a decoy, what does Vario say to psych himself up? Gage?
Doesn't he say like, come on, Vario, you're big. You're a big guy. Or something along those lines.
Man, you're a big guy.
Is it not that? I thought that was what it is.
It's
Like,
I mean, it's this.
Is it a
it's very-
variation
I mean,
of that?
the-
You're a tall
the-
guy?
Yeah, the question, should this one be a direct quote or the spirit?
I think
What do you
Spirit.
think, Pep?
I agree with Spirit.
Okay,
Come on, Vario.
Because, like, obviously,
then yes, then
Not-
yeah, that works.
not
I'll
being a
accept
trivia, being a trivia writer, like,
You're not
like-
small, you're super tall.
like if you want the specific quote, you gotta phrase the question as, give me the specific.
All right.
It did, but
I mean,
think that's
it
close.
was.
What a
I don't think any of us
miracle.
knew the precise
We
line.
lost every single character in the show, and that guy managed to.
This is most likely
Yeah.
the question that Alex guessed. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, in regards to dealing with the
don't
Empire.
know
Is it
why-
comply?
Just do as they say.
Comply?
All right, so the final score is Cub cost 10, Gage 7, Alex 6, Harith 2. Congratulations, everyone.
I'm proud with 6.
Well done.
Thank you.
Ross.
I do kind of have a Maul question though, right? KG in the chat says Daki is the embodiment of doctrine, and I'm curious how everyone falls on this, because to me, it was more of what Devin wanted to do, the things that she was trained to do, which is more akin to following
Yeah,
doctrine.
Devin's more kind of doctrine.
Versus
duty.
Daki saying times are different, we need to stay low and run, which wouldn't be the Jedi's doctrine.
I don't
Yeah, he
agree
did. He also did say, like, verbatim, we are no longer, or the galaxy no longer views us as the piecers, the keepers of the peace.
Yeah, no, I agree with that interpretation that, like, Devin is the doctrine, but I kind of view Daki as, like, the angel on Devin's shoulder, while Maul is certainly the devil on her shoulder, trying to pull it.
Yeah, for
pull her
sure.
in different ways.
I
I
actually.
mean, and
I don't think Maul is the best influence, because I think a lot of things he says to her are correct, and then he immediately like shifts into Sith teachings, like when he gives that whole speech of like, the galaxy is different. You cannot be acting like the typical Jedi that you are. Like it'll get you killed. He's kind of like right. But then he shifts into like, oh, use your anger, and that's where it all goes out the window. But I think like
it's the interview,
and that's why I love him.
Yeah.
Because he was raised by Palpatine. Like, what else does he know? What else is he? What's he gonna say? He's not gonna give you the right answer. No one taught him the right answer.
And it's the interview clip of Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sam Witwer talking about them recording Twilight of the Apprentice, where like Sam Witwer would be so convincing as Maul to I don't know why I'm blanking on Taylor Gray. Yeah, he's so convincing to Taylor Gray that Taylor Gray between scenes of the unwatched Star Wars is just like, you know what? Maul's kind of right.
I gotta get it.
I gotta get it now.
And that's a less nuanced Maul. Like in Rebels, he's still spitting pretty evil stuff.
Yeah.
Reminds me of a quote that I just encountered in Final Fantasy XIV. It's, I taught you to soar the skies, but not to walk the earth.
Interesting.
Also, I'm pretty sure it's Taylor Gray's voice that calls in the bank heist at the beginning in the first episode.
Is it? That would be
That would
really
be
cool.
so fitting.
That's cool.
When I listen to it, that sounds to me like him.
I'll have to check.
That would actually be cool. Like if I don't know how it would be physically possible, but if it's Taylor Gray, it would be cool if like all the people Maul has tried to recruit over the years are voiced in the show in some way.
Yeah.
It unfortunately, at least not by IMDb, it's not him. But I don't know if he went uncredited.
Maybe if it's such a small.
Because you already have
one
Lodge. If that Taylor Gray theory is right, you'd have Taylor Gray, and then all you just need is Ahsoka and Kira, and you have everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, what I love about Maul is we kind of talked about this when we were discussing the season, is that Maul is not a Sith anymore, and he will absolutely say like the Sith betrayed me, murdered my brother, but it's also the only thing he was ever raised on. His entire life is Sith teachings. He fundamentally cannot get away from the Sith mindset that is just baked into him, and it's what's his undoing in the end.
It's also what he's steering Devin towards, right? Like his motivation is like revenge on Palpatine, and like he espouses like this talk about freedom with Devin and like stuff like that, and freeing herself from like the ways of the Jedi, but then like as much as Maul wants to remove himself from what he was taught, it's inexorably what he's going to leave behind with Devin.
Yeah.
But as always, our
But did he
conversation. We're not retreading this ground.
I knew someone was gonna bring it up. I was waiting. I don't know if it was
throw
gonna be
you
me
into
or
a
Alex.
brick wall.
I think there's a Whitwer interview where he sided with one person in this conversation.
What is it?
He said he panicked.
Oh, send it to me.
Because
I wanna
he,
see it.
I don't know if the gist of it that he gave is basically he thinks Daki is like throwing, and he panics. Like he says, there's the scene where he looks down at his leg and his leg is injured, and he looks at the temple and back. That is him panicking because he thinks Daki is still fighting like a Jedi. He's already thrown this whole fight. He panics because he thinks Devin is gonna be lost. Like he's worried about Devin. And then goes to save her.
So we had this
Although
argument.
the
the
context of that conversation is actually the opposite. That he was actually clear-headedly watching the fight unfold, watching Daki saying he's not giving what we need.
I was gonna say what you're describing. Like it doesn't sound like Sam is talking about panic. It sounds like Sam is saying.
I watched that whole interview. He kind of says the opposite.
Well, I don't know if it's the same one because mine he used the word panicked for Devin's life.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, it was for Devin's life because Devin is in danger fighting Crow. He's not panicking because of. Vader.
About Vader. Oh, okay. Yeah.
We were specifically talking about is Maul like getting PTSD about Vader in the context of Rebels because he is clearly like scared of him then.
Like I told Kotas, I'm gonna throw all of you against a brick wall because we're not retreating this ground.
Look,
Can
I do
I actually real
apologize.
quick?
look, this will
I
be a
have a-
running bit until Alex and Element meet up at Celebration 27.
No, my
We're
running
gonna
bit
fight.
is
I'm gonna
always
find Sam
Quinlan
Witwer and
Voss.
fight him.
No, it's gonna be panic now.
True.
Um,
Jedi 3 is his next appearance, I promise.
Quinlan Voss.
Hey, no, Quinlan Voss
Yeah.
and Reba in Jedi 3. I don't know.
I do kind of vibe with that suggestion. I could see it.
I don't know if they'll do Reva. I feel like they, unfortunately, with Survivor, kind of said like Inquisitors are no longer like a thing for Cal. I feel like, but
a former Inquisitor?
oh, like after Kenobi, that would actually
Yeah.
that's actually good. Never mind.
All right, if anyone listens to like exactly at the 2-minute mark, I think that's Taylor Gray's voice, and on episode 1. But we can.
Is Taylor Gray Ezra?
Yeah.
Yeah, the original.
I thought that was familiar to me. Anyways,
Can I toss in one
Before-
last
Ooh,
call
yeah.
back to something we discussed earlier?
no.
Because I never got an opportunity to say no. Well, all right.
Well, I guess he's not
Um,
panic enough.
We had talked on Visions, and you guys mentioned Ahsoka seeing Padme's, which I remember the episode, but I didn't remember exactly what happened. So I pulled it up on my other screen, and I was scrolling through. That is another case where Ahsoka sees. Why is it her name
Aura Singh.
escaping me?
Aura Singh.
Aura Singh, thank you. She sees Aura Singh prepping a gun. She sees her shooting it. She sees Padme fall over. She does not see Padme get shot. All of the things that Ahsoka sees happen in the episode. They are just not in the exact context. She's under the impression that Padme got shot, but it's actually, I think, someone tackles Padme. So it's like classic Star Wars, Luke sees Mara Jade floating in a puddle. She's like, oh my God, she's dead. She drowned. No, something else brought about those events. So another one.
I mean, I
Yeah,
also
and
I also think it harkens back to what Choco said about what's shown for the audience and what the
Yeah.
characters actually
The,
envision in their visions.
I didn't get to contribute to that conversation at all. The only thing I would have added, and I think I've told you this, Alex, is that Yoda in Master and Apprentice, when Qui-Gon approaches him about the vision, says that Jedi do experience false visions.
Yeah.
See,
But I don't know what that means.
Jedi
Like he's saying it so
repeatedly say that, and
broadly.
every time they're wrong, though.
Yeah. Like I don't
Like,
know.
they'll say it to
He
Dagan
says,
Gera.
Well,
Or
if I
not,
were,
yeah.
if I'm going to substantiate what Yoda says, I do think that they can be swayed, or they can be heavily biased in how they interpret what they see.
That's another thing.
I also
Like with what
play-
Alex just mentioned, is that a false vision? Right? If Ahsoka is like, I had a vision that you got shot, and she's saying this to Padme. She had a vision. To her, she saw Padme getting shot. That's false.
Yeah, but the
Now,
events.
the hard points that we see weren't false, but anyone who did not witness those, she had a false vision.
Yeah, but the
There you
events
go.
of the she goes to Yoda saying like there's going to be an assassination attempt on Padme, and then Yoda's like, all these emotions, the future, all that. Qui-Gon is just proposing like a vision, period. Like he's not saying like, oh, I'm up on this thing and then this happens, and that it's like he's just like, hey, I've had a vision before, so I think it's the future. And then Yoda's like, Jedi have false visions, it might not be. So I'm wondering what the context of that is. Like, did a Jedi have a vision that just didn't come true
Honestly,
remotely?
I
Like,
always
there's no
describe
events in
very
it
strongly.
happen, but
Zane Carrick describes in the Knights of the Old Republic comic at one point, when I try to see the future, it's
it
squiffy.
doesn't work. Yeah.
But if the Force grants me something, it's almost always dead on. And so I think
That's
maybe
interesting.
when Yoda's describing it, he maybe thinks that they were trying. Whereas, in every context,
true.
we
Oh,
got
like Qui-Gon was trying. Well,
Well,
I
that's
think Qui-Gon
that's
had already
another
told
thing.
him at that point that he wasn't trying, if I remember right. Because I think that's his argument to the council.
That's another thing that also kind of goes hand in hand with the prophecy, right? Because the mystics would always try to glean the future and prophesize, and so
true.
and so that they're trying, but it also leads to a whole host of Jedis wondering if they misinterpreted the prophecy or if they've misread the prophecy, and so it the bottom line is it always comes down to perspective. And so if a Jedi happens to see a vision that is objectively correct or objectively reliable. What they interpret and espouse to someone that they're like relaying to them what they saw could be they are an unreliable narrator. So they could be they could have a vision of 100% correct events that's going to happen, like no doubt. But the events that they relay, that they see, that they interpret.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad we finally got
this conversation.
And I think that's what Yoda meant. I think when he says Jedi have false visions, meaning like a Jedi can see something and be totally wrong about what it means, right? But yeah.
Sorry, I know we're wrapping up. I do apologize. I'm sorry.
He just had a vision.
Courtesy of Hereth and the Pod Ones, I'm filling out my bingo card for the Mandalorian Grogu, and I just have a couple of empty spaces. Could I get a space from everyone to finish filling out this bingo board? Something you think may happen in that movie?
Yoda's master, the old guy.
By the way, I think.
Oh, the snake. Interesting.
I think that's on Pod One's bingo card, if I remember correctly, because I actually have it all written out.
Right, he was a snake, wasn't he? Oh man, that'd be a deep cut.
I can send
That's
Din takes his helmet off. I'm sure that's probably on there already.
He takes it off in the trailer.
It's not, but it's in the
taken
trailer.
off in the trailer.
For free space. Do you have Grogu's first words?
I don't. Okay, that's going in.
That's my.
How many spaces do you have left?
I've got about 10 left because I filled it all out and then I forgot to save it and I lost all of it.
Din's house gets destroyed. Now that he's got the Razor Crest back, he's not going to need the house on wherever.
Oh, the house gets destroyed.
Yeah, Din loses his house.
Yeah. Love
Full
interest for Din?
Maybe those are the same. Rod of the Hunt, full frontal nudity, and Din, love at first sight.
Is that ship named Dipley?
Dipley?
Dipley or Rendarin?
Dinky?
Stinkalorian.
What do we got? Din dies, Lord Goob in the chat. Hell yeah, I'll put that in.
Din dies.
I mean,
oh my God.
if I can
No
repeat one
way.
from the episode, which I feel pretty confident about, that's kind of out there, but feels pretty safe. Anthony Daniels cameo.
Oh yeah.
He's
I
been,
guess
he's
that's
been
a-
in every one.
I mean, in terms of
No, wait, he wasn't in. Was he in Solo?
He was a Wookiee in Solo.
He was a Wookiee.
Oh, he's a Wookiee.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in terms of like a bingo slot, yeah, I mean, I think it's safe to say he might show up because he showed up for Leia as a representative in.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Ahsoka. Yeah. I was gonna say Embo has a new dog, but a toy already confirmed.
I do have the Anuba on here, and I have the Anuba eats an Anzellan.
Okay. Those are like those are completely sentient people.
Do you have a Warwick Davis cameo?
Ooh, no, that's going on there.
Who do you think's in
Simon
the Anuba
Pegg
costume?
cameo.
Oh,
Lawrence Scorsese. Oh wait, he's in the trailer.
Did you hear me say if Zeb references Callus at any point?
That's already on there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I hope.
Do you
God, I
have
hope
if
that's
Zeb
what
says
it's
Carabast?
No, that's a good one though. That's a good
I
one.
have that in mind. I also believe that's in the trailer. Could be wrong though.
Ooh, okay.
I think it's in one of the
My
trailers.
boyfriend.
I haven't been watching the trailers. I'm gonna
I've
be
only
honest.
seen.
I haven't
I've seen
either.
enough.
I made that
Yeah.
suggestion on Tuesday, and then immediately everyone was like, "It's in the trailer." I'm like, "Which one?"
I do have one spot on here which is I don't know if anyone's going to remember who this is. One of the Imperial warlords is Warlord Ginger. Does anyone remember?
Is that the guy
who
with the Wookiee pelt on? The fat guy with
Warlord
the Wookiee
Ginger.
pelt?
I mean, Warlord Ginger is Hux's dad.
Well,
That's
shout
true,
out to
technically.
another episode reference from Tuesday. There's Ginger,
Ginger.
and then there's just Warlord. He doesn't even have a name. It's just Warlord.
So I assume
Yeah,
Ginger
it's
is
insane that this new
Hux's
guy
dad
doesn't
then,
have
right? If that's what they're titling them. Like
No, so
Hux-
Warlord Ginger is from the X-wing.
The only people that are named.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were talking about in that. Like,
I thought you were talking about the red-headed guy,
Trust me, I know about redheads.
which is
No,
Brendel
no,
Hux. Yeah.
Yeah, I think its
Yes,
full like name on the toy is Imperial Remnant Warlord.
I know.
Yeah.
I
And then
can't
you got
believe they
Ginger.
didn't give him a name. It's
I assume whoever that is gone. That's probably like the opening sequence of the movie. Is like he catches a warlord.
It's
Oh,
the
they
opening sequence of
literally-
the Snow Planet.
Yeah. They
well,
showed
that's-
what happens in a trailer, in a clip.
No one's
Like,
watching yet. We'll see. But like, if you're making a toy of him, give him a name. Name him Glumbo Chungus. Like, I'm outraged.
I'm sure Wikipedia will have a name for him in like
the visual
50 years.
design-
Gina Carano cameo.
Rhino. Oh.
If they don't have a name for a person, that means that actor was not contracted to come back.
Well, they used to in the visual dictionaries just take the extra who played the character and just rearrange their name, and that would give them like every character's name really quickly, and they don't do that anymore. For some reason.
Every person in the Mos Eisley Cantina can get a name. Surely this guy can.
I mean, Ewoks weren't named in Return of the Jedi, and they got named after the fact.
Yeah,
it's true.
Good point.
I know that you addressed this earlier, Choco, but I was also just kind of controlling the slideshow, so I didn't read the message. But Zelda Vet said, I just needed to get in here and tell you I followed you for years and thank you for your passion. So if you're still in here and you're watching this kind of clusterfuck of a closing,
Sorry.
appreciate you. Potato in the comments.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna throw stuff up for my bingo list on yours. You
Oh,
got
hell yeah,
flashbacks in there. I feel like that's
Ooh, I like that.
How about
There's a
Hut
lot
Dog?
of I've seen a lot of speculation about there being a Clone Wars flashback specifically because of the awful Ahsoka hot toy.
Yep.
They revealed. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people say that is proof that there's going to be a Clone
But it's
Wars
not going to be that outfit. It's going to be like
there's no way they would put that in the.
Hope to God it doesn't
They're
happen.
They're just
but,
going
like,
to reuse the Ahsoka outfit.
I'm
from
sure you
the
have a
flashbacks
chopper
from
on
Felicia.
there.
I don't have a chopper on here.
No, because then Hera would have to appear.
I have
It's a
on
chopper.
mine. On mine, I have. I just put Ghost Crew cameo. I didn't specify anybody.
Do you have
Just to be
Jason?
safe.
Anymore.
It
I
could
don't
be
have
Ezra.
Jason.
It could be Hera. It could be Chopper.
Jason's on the
Any-
Ghost Crew,
any
I'd
of the
say at this
three.
point. I think you count.
Jason's solo cameo. Really going bold.
Ah, yes.
I've got pretty like standard stuff on here. I've got the fact that
Abeloth.
there will be no lightsabers in the movie.
I think that's a very
No
safe
lightsabers
thing to
is a
say.
good one.
I mean, if
Yeah.
we get Clone Wars,
do you think
if we get a
there's-
Clone Wars
there's a
flashback, they're
lightsaber in
going
the
to turn it on. They're going to turn it on.
Do you think they have the self control to not put a lightsaber? They put one into Solo somehow,
put it in
and it's
Solo,
the
I
most
think they'll go
obvious
lightsaber.
shoehorn thing in there.
Yeah, I
There
think-
is
I
a
think-
lightsaber. If
It's
we're
gonna-
if we're accounting for like a sizzle scene at the end to kind of, you know, in the fashion of like a secret ending for a Marvel movie, which Lucasfilm doesn't do, but they do sizzles.
Maul was basically that. Yeah.
Solo,
Yeah.
Solo was pretty much an end credit scene. They just shoved it into the ending of the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
don't know who
think
they
there
would
there is
do
at least
this
one
one, though.
lightsaber in this movie.
Who do you think it would be though?
Grogu's.
Oh, okay. That's a
I'm still betting on Clone Wars flashbacks. It's going to be Ariana Greenback as Ahsoka Tano.
It could also be a flashback of Clone Wars.
Yes.
But I do
Give
believe
me- give me
believe
more
that, or at
Keller
least
and
it's
Beck,
it's
man.
my desire that Grogu builds
Ooh,
his
Keller
own.
and Beck would be that's a
Um,
sneaky pick.
That's not bad.
We
How about
did-
that
I wish
for
they
a-
would. I wish they would elaborate on that story more.
We did
I agree.
discuss this like I don't know, it was last week or something, but I did discuss that one of the things that I want Grogu to go through is there is this snake-like old man who's like, are you scared? You should be. That looks like Nkata del Gormo. That could be the stand-in for what Grogu needs. Grogu has already chosen his attachment over the path of the Jedi. So what Grogu needs is a mentor that is not a Jedi. So this person teaches Grogu, and this person also puts him on a path to build his own lightsaber so that he is not inheriting Yoda's and inheriting the path of the Jedi. He is becoming a Mandalorian force wielder.
Something
and he makes the
else.
saber out of
My name is
Death
Grogu,
Star.
and I'm the fastest Grogu alive.
It's Grogu in time.
But here's the question. Sorry, Devi just threw us down into the ether. Would Grogu find its own crystal, or would he use the remnants of the Darksaber crystal and become the second, quote unquote?
I was gonna say,
Mandalorian
can he make this is another Mandalorian Jedi? Can he make a new dark saber? A teeny little dark saber.
I think he's not going to use because we don't know where the Darksaber crystal is. He's going to make his own, and it is going to be his own Darksaber. I think it's going to be like a transplant of Tar Vizsla's story.
Except Grogu's gonna be like, I'm not gonna pass this shit down. If I die, I die.
No one else can wield it. Teeny tiny little.
I mean, somewhere they still have that crate dragon pearl.
Do you know how pissed Bo-Katan would be?
That's true.
Do you know how pissed Bo-Katan would be if she's gone through like losing the Darksaber, gaining the Darksaber over and over, finally gets control of the Mandalorians, and then a kid shows up with a new Darksaber? Like, no match she's gonna be.
Or Moff Gideon destroys it.
I'm really happy they destroyed it.
Or if a Mandalorian happens to find it, and Grogu loses it, and they find it, and they're like, "Oh, it's the Darksaber," and they turn it on. It's like, it's a knife. Like
it's just tiny.
Okay.
I just want to imagine like a Mandalorian is like in the sequel where like, I challenge you to 1v1, and then he pulls out the tiniest lightsaber.
Does anyone have Grogu gets a new Beskar piece on their board, or like some kind of new armor?
I'm going to make myself a board.
Yeah, I think that's a good
Chalky,
one.
let me send you the
I might have to do the same.
I'm glad they finally got the medallion out and about, because I feel like they're constantly making things for him and they just van it. Like, he gets the medallion and then they put it in his shirt the whole season and it never comes up again. They never do a scene. Obviously, they're probably never going to do a scene where he gets shot, but that would have been the only way the medallion could do something.
Do you have
Back to the Future? Fistful of dollars.
Do you have?
And Grogu's gonna have a silver lightsaber, like Corrin Horn's. Yeah.
Absolutely not. I will lie it.
I made.
Do you have an Anzellan?
Okay, a bronze one like Lobaka. something metallic.
A blackened
Get some
bronze. Do you have an Anzellan saying "bad baby"?
In the
I don't, because I have seen
always open
that in the
trailers, yeah.
trailer, I think. Or they call him a terrible baby, at least.
He's a really bad baby.
Yeah.
Bad baby.
With that said, that brings us to the end of our episode. A very, very long episode, because we just went in on all kinds of topics. Actually, we touched on Ahsoka, Mandalorian, and Grogu, and then Maul Shadowlord after the quiz. That was an interesting discussion because Cubcos had to bring out Panic, and then
Play with
and then we went back to Mandalorian and Grogu. This is great. As always, like these lengthy episodes, it's just that as you know, it is at the whim of if anybody.
We
needs
just love
to
you
leave
guys.
early, you know what I mean? So
We
the
appreciate
length
you.
of the episode is a nothing burger unless like somebody has a heart out. But we appreciate everybody calling in and participating in the trivia quiz. I think next time we might do a Kahoot. And let's see. How many weeks do you guys think you need in order to do a Mandalorian and Grogu Kahoot?
Or Mandalorian and Grogu what now?
Kahoot.
Kahoot?
I would say
Yeah, two's pretty good.
It's like
you can see it.
seven,
You can see it. You can see it
ten
14
days.
times by then.
Yeah,
I mean, we know
Jen,
Cubcos has his little pad. He's gonna
pitch
take
black
notes.
taking notes.
No, Cubcos is just gonna be that asshole in the theater that just pulls out their phone and just starts.
No, he's gonna do it
God.
completely in the
Full
dark,
blast.
and then when
I
he
got-
leaves, he's gonna pull it out, and he drew like
It is
a
gonna be like,
Palpatine butthole.
it's just gonna be Scrabble.
Oh.
It's not gonna make any
When I first
He's
watched
gonna
it-
have a recorder that he's gonna be dictating to AI throughout the entire.
It's crazy. He goes into the movie theater and it seems like he's writing a bunch of stuff down. He comes out and all he wrote on the page was "Din panicked."
No, when I moved to the city that I currently live in, I went to the movies and there was someone 2-3 rows in front of me that was talking on their phone in the movie, and I asked them to stop, and they said, no, I have to take this phone call. And I said, well, go outside. And they were like, no, I'll just be quieter. And then they stayed on their phone for another 10 minutes or something, and I went down, picked up their phone and threw it to the front of the theater, and then I got banned from the theater for a year.
badass.
Oh my god.
Hey, worth it.
I was like 18, so I was like, you know, that full of young, dumb confidence, and I was just like,
I mean, theater etiquette over the
I was
last
like, what am I
years
doing?
is just like straight down. Like, it's gotten so bad.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
it's awful.
All right, starting from the bottom, we have Alex. Any final thoughts? Any plugs you want to make?
Final thoughts. I'm tentatively excited for Mando and Grogu. I've heard good things from the people who've seen it. I hope, if nothing else, I hope it's fun. You know, I wish it were more, but hey, I'll take what we can get as long as it's competent. And I'll plug, my usual socials. I'm Alex Lezio on everything as listed here. TikTok is my primary platform. I'm trying and failing to get myself to use Instagram and YouTube more frequently. I have 2 things I need to upload to YouTube, so hopefully they'll be getting some soon. But yeah, I'm hopeful. Hope it's good.
Awesome. Harith.
Well, you can find me over at Hair Productions on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. And of course, you can follow me over at the Pod Ones podcast. Of course, we will not have an episode on Thursday because, Mando and Grogu, we got to give everyone a shot to go see it. Instead, we'll have an episode on Sunday, which will be a community episode. I think the guest list is still pending. I have to still got to reach out for that one.
Cubcos.
Yeah, you can find me on TikTok at Cubcos, a Star Wars TikTok, and here on YouTube at Cubcos, a Star Wars channel. I think I've actually been saying a Cubcos a Star Wars YouTube, and that's actually not my channel name. And I think I've been saying that to everyone for about 2 years. Yeah, that's where you can find me. I will probably be doing a extended conversation with Alex at some point about the movie, because we did a whole bunch of trailer talks about the movie, and so I think it's only right that we do a movie discussion at some point. Yeah, that's I am also excited for this movie. I am flipping a coin to decide whether or not I go to a midnight screening, because I am an old man now and I don't know if I can stay up that late.
The adult version is you go see it at like 2:00 on the day it opens.
And Gage.
Nothing to promote. I'll promote something for Lucasfilm because we mentioned Keller and Beck for like 4 seconds. Everyone go read his comic with Jar Jar. I think it's 1 issue and it is really, really good.
I like that issue.
But thanks again for having me, guys.
And Choco.
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining. This is a long episode. We do have a quickly updated ranking, adding in both Nemo and Gage, and our new ranking at 11 is episode number 2, Attack of the Clones. Number 10 is episode 9. At number 9 is episode 1. Mm-hmm. At 8 is Solo. At number 7 is Revenge of the Sith. At number 6...
It went down.
At number 6 is The Force Awakens. At number 5 is The Last Jedi. At number 4 is Rogue One.
11.
At number 3 is A New Hope. At number 2 is episode 6, and retaining its spot at number 1 is The Empire Strikes Back.
I was hoping I could get Return of the Jedi into the 1 slot.
Gage should give things up.
Last Jedi took a hit.
Yeah, that's my bad. But
I mean,
hey, it is what it is.
I mean, on my rankings, obviously, like 5 through 7 can change at any moment. But like for me, Force Awakens and Last Jedi are like tied to each other in my rankings.
No.
What's Last Jedi at now? 5?
5. It
Is
was
at number
3.
5.
Yeah.
What's ironic is, as I love The Last Jedi, this has dragged it down to precisely where I put it in my ranking, so I'll
That's
take
actually
it.
also exactly
funny enough,
Last Jedi as well.
Last Jedi is my number 5, so
Yeah, it's accurate.
All right. As in case you guys aren't aware, or you missed this announcement, next week Dyad is moving to Saturday so that Choco and I can watch the movie on Friday. So for next week only, we're returning to Saturday night at 5 p.m. Pacific. So join us next week. We'll be talking about our first impressions of Mandalorian Grogu. Mandalorian.
No armor.
My name is Jeff.
But thank you guys so much for rocking with us. That's it. On to the next one.
For light and for life.
We are all bad baby.
May the Force be with you. Peace out, y'all.